Welcome back to session 29 of Echoes of the Astral Sea. Last time we left off, the party finished up in Golden Space, got a massive reveal from Quillrith, and so we're picking right back up after the party disperses from the hospital after that reveal from Quillrith. So yeah.
Right then.
Well,
Yeah, you are in Siren's Rest.
Yep. Yep. And Skirvo clearly left with Skipper for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So. And here we are with no clear direction.
well, we gotta find Griswold somewhere, and I think
So.
Yeah,
that person is in. Well, the person who will tell us where to find Griswold is in Faerun.
Yes, you
Yeah.
don't get a tip about her in Faerun, but you know that she's in either Nui space, Spark space, or Q space. For those who
Yeah.
aren't keeping up on things, that's Bionicle, Transformers, or specifically Aligned? Mixture of Aligned and IDW. Anyways,
Yeah.
Bionicle, Transformers, and the third one is Ultimaros.
Huh. I think we're pretty screwed no matter which category we go in.
Listen, I just know one of them is going to make me have to dig up something and send it to the group chat. Specifically because Hannah asked me to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I said I won't post it till it's relevant.
Okay.
But so first off, um okay, first off, what's our current first off, let's I suppose Nilo would check up on this. They're getting them farmers, how they getting settled in?
Oh, they're getting settled in good. They found
Good.
they're setting up in one of the empty areas in one of the various green spaces in Siren's Rest.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah, double check, make sure they're doing good.
How are our investments doing?
Oh yeah, your investments. I forgot about your investments. Just a second. Let me get a thing because I had a spreadsheet for this, but I don't have it right this instant. So I will be. Let me
I feel
find
so
that
honored.
thing.
I'm just gonna take a wild guess and say it's going better than our actual economy right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's a given. Where is that thing?
We got a whole spreadsheet dedicated to this. I'm so honored.
It's
Yeah.
just a
So
spreadsheet, so I can just enter the how many successes you got and what your initial investment was and the type of investment, things like that, and it'll just
yeah.
calculate it automatically. Where is
Yeah.
my old hard drive? I have no idea. Um,
Let me pull back up the I think it was in shared notes. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're here. The yeah, the magic items. So we need to decide who's taking what.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Yeah.
wants bomb chews? Who wants mask of truth? Who wants bunny hood? And who wants mirror shield?
Hmm. Well, I think Mirror Shield either belongs to one of the frontline people. Which information?
I feel like
shared notes.
mirror shield is probably better suited to one of our not artificers.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's
Vagar's a lot
definitely
more melee than I am. Because I usually
Yeah.
use my shotgun, which is two-handed. So, Vagar... Maddie, do you want the shield?
Sure, yeah, I'll take the shield.
Oh yeah, Brad, I forgot to do the thing I said I would do, fix those things. So
Yeah.
yeah, those fixes are a thing, but I just forgot to actually do them.
I have them... Well, one of them I have prepared anyways. But yeah, that's fine. I'll take the explosives.
Yeah, bomb
I have no
shoes.
idea. Yeah, to like. Hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, I kind of want to take the bomb shoes personally, but like, if
Go
someone
for
else
it. Go for it.
desperately wants them, I won't. I'm open to it.
Let's see here.
Hmm.
Okay, apparently it's not gonna work. Crap.
Huh?
I don't remember how much it was.
Which channel did we discuss that in?
Shared notes. It was like the
Here it
first
is.
bit we
Yeah, so
discussed.
all I need to do is scroll up.
Yeah, but you also didn't like fully. I know that that wasn't the number you ended up deciding on. Okay, I'm just
I thought it was
gonna.
something.
Okay, so
I thought it was something close to 8K or
2%.
something like that.
2% is the
I'm gonna say
rate.
yeah, no, that's not the investment. There's not the investment
Um,
rate in this. So I'm gonna say
that's
out of character, you're not getting an exact number this session. You can do shopping after session because
Mhm.
this session will not leave Siren's Rest.
Yeah.
Uh, I'll get you the number at some point before the next session, and you can do the shopping between sessions.
Fair enough.
I'm sorry I messed up and don't have your investments.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Right. Hmm. All right
Let's
then. I
see.
guess like next thing is what is the rupee
Well,
exchange rate?
magic.
Rupee
Truth
exchange
and
rate?
bunnyhood.
Yes.
Hmm.
Remind me what your rupees are?
320
We have
minus
149 of them. I don't have written down how many of it of what colors, but I know we have 149 total.
104. 149.
149th worth, 9 worth of rupees. That's what we
Okay.
Yeah,
got.
Okay.
and we have a bunch of mighty bananas, whatever those
They're
are.
bananas.
Yeah. Yeah,
mighty.
we never did any cooking. We gotta do some cooking.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't eat them. I'll die. But
I just have them written down. A bunch of mighty bananas.
Let's see. Got to do a little
yeah,
change making. Got to do a little change making to see how much these are worth. So 100 and what?
49.
149. So that is 1 silver rupee, 2 red rupees, a blue rupee, and a green rupee. A blue rupee and 4 green rupees.
sounds about right.
So a silver. Uh, we'll say a silver is that much. Reds. We'll say reds are equivalent to jasper. 2 reds. Blue. We'll say that's equivalent to a turquoise. And then the greens are just little bits of like green quartz or something. So let's say like that much. 218 gold. That's how much you get for your rupees.
Lovely.
All right.
All right. Uh. All this really leaves are the Mask of Truth and the Bunny Hood. What do we do with those? Mask of
Spencer, you
Truth gives you
keep
true
track of
sight.
all of our big piles of gold.
Yeah, the bunny hood is basically just boots of speed, by the way.
Yeah.
but a
So
headpiece.
Yeah, but
So at least
Aren't they more like
boots?
boots of striding and jumping?
they're
Yeah.
both. It's both.
Oh, double your walking speed and
Yeah.
a jump. I didn't see that. I didn't see that first part.
Yeah. So
I guess
those are
like
the only two items we have left to decide on. So
I guess I'll take the Mask of Truth.
you'll take the mask.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just hope you don't see anything that makes Sumeria even worse.
No, that's kind
Mary
of
has
hard
true
at
sight to
this rate.
120 feet and can cast detect thoughts.
Yeah, it is both a helm of detect thoughts and I forget what it's called, a gem of seeing, I think.
Something of true sight.
It's a gem of seeing, yeah.
Yeah. I get. You know what? I guess by process of elimination, we're putting bunny ears on the Spartan.
Underneath the helmet
I thought the
or over
Spartan
the helmet?
I thought the Spartan was taking the explosives.
I mean, did he want them, or should I take those?
I'm fine with taking the explosives. I'm already fast enough. Unless you want me to just be able to
Break
be
the
I
sound
am
barrier.
speed.
Well, disadvantage on opportunity attacks.
I'm not gonna lie.
Admittedly, the bunny hood probably wouldn't be very good on Nilo because Nilo's using her bonus action most turns.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm mostly.
Use bonus action to.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I definitely can't use the bunny hood because my entire action is just my
Yeah,
bonus action.
yeah, your bonus action is your minions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be much better off with.
Essentially, the main thing the bunny hood does is let you dash as a bonus action.
Yeah.
All right, I'm fine with that.
All right. All right. Admittedly, the main reason I wanted to yeah, Spartan fast, that's good, but like admittedly the main reason I just wanted to see the Spartan wear bunny ears. Like I just like that just sounds hilarious to me. It's just like oh oh no, he's trying to be adorable.
Yeah, so Bradley, you still feel very weird because of the experience when you were fighting Malice Kalani.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what you remembered afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And like the rest. And so yeah, how is Bradley reacting to that weird? How is Bradley reacting to the weirdness?
Probably more like spaced out and distanced than usual, so even more sociopathic, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. Like for someone who's already a pretty, emotionless robot, even more like just half not there.
Yeah. The rest of you can make an insight check to see if you can notice.
Let me check my insights of
Vagar, you get advantage on this check
Oh, sweet.
because you're also a lycanthrope.
+7.
Okay, you didn't need it apparently.
Was that a crit immediately?
No, it was two of the same roll.
Yeah.
Ah,
The dice are broken.
Ah.
Should I be concerned that Amiri understands me better than Vagar?
hey,
Well,
now.
you are a psychopath.
Wait.
We are fellow psychopaths.
You're a psychopath.
Trust me.
I'm a sociopath. There's a difference.
We are both paths of some sort.
Nilo,
Yeah, you can all tell that Bradley is not in a normal mental state.
I just want to make one more roll just to see. I just need to find it.
You're checking what Legion's roll is?
Yeah. I just want to see. I just want to see.
That
Nope,
one.
Legion does not know. Legion's a
That
robot. He
sounds
doesn't
about
know.
That sounds about right.
The superhuman is acting as within established parameters.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's probably exactly what he says. It's like Do you think there's something wrong with? Do you think there's something wrong with him? His behavior does not appear abnormal given his current psychiatric profile.
So yeah, you everyone but Legion notices that Bradley is in a messy mental state currently.
Yeah.
Hmm. Perhaps he needs consoling.
Who wants to be a volunteer? Because I already tried.
I'm just trying to picture Miria
You
consoling
tried.
anyone.
You tried when he was. You tried was when he was frenzying. You haven't tried on his conscious mind.
Even then, he's really bad at it.
Hmm.
What's
I
his
shall make
charisma?
the attempt.
Vagar does get advantage on any checks he makes as a part of it because lycanthrope.
Yeah, he'll
Vagar's
be
like,
there
been there,
when
done that.
yeah, like whoever talks to him, he'll just be right next to him, like yeah, agreeing.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna
You've turned
like
into the party yes man.
how does
Yeah, pretty much.
admittedly, Nilo's just gonna half nudge Vagar towards him.
It's like you want me to talk to him?
It's like, you know more about this than I do.
I don't know anything about.
Also, he currently has his helmet off and sort of like staring at the reflection in the polarized visor.
I don't know how to like talk about this kind of stuff with people.
You know I can hear you, right?
Yeah. I'm not talking to you.
No, you can't. You know, I'm just gonna roll this just to see
What are you
if it
rolling?
even works. It's probably not gonna.
What are you rolling?
I just want to roll a deception just for shits and giggles.
Okay.
Just for shits and giggles. I'm like, no, you can't.
I'm gonna gaslight him into
No.
thinking.
No.
No, that's a fail.
Hmm.
Yeah, rolled way better than I thought I would, but I was just like I just was like, you know what, for shits and giggles, let's just see what happens.
Wait, what kind of check would this be?
What?
Was it to console our dear friend?
Hmm. That
Good
is
old
a good question.
Stud Muffin. Wait, am I Stud Muffin or is Vagar Stud Muffin? I think.
No, you're Stud Muffin. Vagar
Schnitzel.
is Schnitzel.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. I was like, wait a second.
Charisma
Yeah,
insight.
You have
I was
always been Stud Muffin.
Yeah, I was just double checking. I had
how is the
memory
7.5 foot tall muscle Greek god not anything other than stud muffin?
To answer your question, Spencer, it would be a charisma insight check.
All right. So that'd be an insight check, but uses charisma instead.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
But that will involve dialogue before you get to roll.
Yeah.
right. Okay, so trying to figure out what the dialogue
How
option is.
reflective are polarized surfaces? I mean, it's polarized, so
So,
light's one way. But...
I have no idea.
so you can see your reflection in it,
Okay, yeah.
but it doesn't look how you're expecting it to look when you look at it. You see
Oh,
your Weirbor form staring back.
ooh.
That's even stranger.
I should mention to the rest of you, you all see his reflection normally. Bradley's the only one who sees the Weirbor.
That's mental.
Dang.
You're fucking mental, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after everything Halsey did to him, I would certainly expect that to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
yes.
good with, comforting.
So
So-
I'm just standing there staring into my quote reflection close quote in my helmet with my back to you all, and I just called you out for whispering.
All right.
Yeah.
Probably like a good 15, 20 feet away, but Spartan augmented senses. Just I can
Yeah.
hear you, right?
Well, here, I'll make the attempt. Amiria will come up behind him. I assume I'm not trying to make my presence unknown to him. I want to sit and just kind of pat him on. I guess I wouldn't be tall enough for that now, would I?
Yeah. If he's standing at full height,
I'm
you're like
I'm
what,
standing up,
5'3"?
so my head is 7.5 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
So
You're
my
like
shoulders
5'3", so
are
you're
at least 7 feet. So you can
so you might be
maybe,
able to reach his shoulder blades.
if you stand on your tippy toes.
All
Yeah.
right, Emiria will try to feebly attempt, putting an arm on one of his shoulders. Is like, are you doing good in there? You need someone to talk about this with? It's like, I understand that you went through some violent transformation, and I guess that's not the most pleasant thing that to happen to someone, especially if it was caused by someone eyeing Vagar for a second that
He
caused
sort
this
of
to happen.
shakes himself out of his reverie. Uh, and then just looks at you with a raised eyebrow that's like half surprised that this is coming from you of all people.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
he
am,
hasn't said anything. He's just like the look, just astonishment, looking down.
well, stress is a normal thing to go through. And while some experiences are more difficult than others, then I would like to get to know you in that way, how you are feeling in this situation. Very different from, what is it? Because I would have liked it if there was someone who was in my situation tell me how they were doing, or someone who would have helped me during that period of time.
Hmm. I'll be honest. I am still processing things. Brought up some 30-year-old memories. Did not care for.
What kind of memories?
Yes, what kind of
He
memories?
trying to find. He's like pauses, trying to find words, looking back in the visor. Probably more akin to nightmares. Days from before the war. Days of the insurrection. The first insurrection. And
Oh,
Oni's trickery. Actually, what do you say, trickery? I don't know if you say trickery. Oni's
War crimes?
manipulation.
That would be it. That'd be it.
Yeah.
machinations. Hmm. Well, I'm here to listen for you to vent. Were these, I assume these weren't good memories.
That is an understatement.
Anything.
And then he just sort of lets out a barking laugh. Good memories. As if there is such a thing. Only good memories from any time in the last 35 years have been when we evacuated without losing excessive numbers. He says that with like a scornful, yeah, like almost sarcasm. Like the closest thing to good is when evacuation casualties were under a certain threshold.
Nilo kind of lets out a small wince at that because she knows how that feels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not quite to his extent, but I mean, let's face it, the Reaper War was way worse.
Yeah.
because don't get me wrong, they were both massacres, but the Reaper War was gonna end a lot quicker.
Yeah, it was very condensed. But
Yeah.
both, I'd say both have, as far as like individual world battles go, they had almost identical outcomes.
Oh yeah.
Ground war would
Oh, yeah.
go pretty well, inevitably lose a space battle, and then the planet would just be lost and cleansed in its various ways.
Yeah. Yeah, whether that be by glassing or whatever the hell the Reapers did.
Mm-hmm.
It was never actually made clear how they purge planets from the influence of the this cycle. I just know that they do it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Big lasers. It's always big lasers.
Probably
Yeah, but the
indoctrination.
Reaper guns are not lasers, but they're not rail guns either. They're like rail guns that shoot a liquid stream.
Yeah.
Which is different from the Halo railguns, which just take a metal slug and use big magnets
Yeah.
to yeet it at
Yeah.
insane speeds.
Either way, not the important thing.
Yeah.
The important thing
The
is
important part
is you.
is
The important thing is your
They're
non-flashbacks.
uncannily similar.
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
The important thing is your non-flashbacks.
yes. It's
Yeah.
honest.
Please continue to be the embodiment of that one image that I know we're all thinking of when we think of the word non-flashback. Uh,
And the Halo Falcons do have a similarity to Huey's.
Shit, well, once they had this thing set up, but I forgot about it. It's complicated. It can't all be bad. Now, would it? Would you say that meeting us was part of those bad memories?
It was certainly unexpected.
And the trials that were either with us or some of your former squad mates, were those all bad memories? The time in between deployments, however small it was?
It gets contemplative.
I'd hate to interrupt, but would you mind lowering yourself a little? Would you mind coming and taking a seat?
Yes, you are fairly tall, and this is getting a bit straining on my back.
Yeah.
You see him just
And
roll
please,
his eyes, and just laugh.
please,
like
and
a
please-
sarcastic. Well, it's a pain to sigh, but it's a pain to sigh in an obviously like fake manner, like the way friends do.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if you insist.
and place your hand on the table.
Wait, we have a table?
That like gets
I'm just gonna assume we found one.
I
like,
thought we
just
were
gets
outside,
full
and there's
eyebrow
like
raise.
blocks outside, like a bench or
I
something.
assumed at one point we just kind of moved this conversation somewhere else.
Mhm.
We really gotta map out this place.
I'll work on it.
That's, limb down on the table. It has a bit of a thunk between Mjolnir armor pieces and the fact that it's all metal now.
Yeah. Yeah. So while you're, I just want an excuse so that while you guys are talking, Nilo's not able to really provide proper insight. I'm gonna finally do what I've been saying I'm gonna do for like a week, and I'm gonna fix your damn fingers. I felt like if there was any time to do it, it would be now.
Yep. So he's
So
now holding his helmet in one hand. Sort of like by the part on the front, where like the chin would be, underneath the visor where it's back to being the titanium alloy, with one hand looking at it, and then just tilts it slightly towards the mirror and is like, "Is my reflection normal or of that monster form?"
Emiria will look into it, see that his reflection is of just Bradley himself, of Sierra, and it's like, it seems normal.
Mm-hmm.
It is of your
So
side.
I'm the only one that can see that. That's just peachy.
Mm.
He then looks at Vagar. This normal?
It never happens
mean-
for Vagar.
Nope.
Ah,
Nope,
so
that's
Vagar
it.
doesn't see his wolf reflection?
No.
Oh, okay.
No puppy.
Now that is strange.
Vagar is going to take out his journal and just start writing notes.
Writing notes about this.
Yeah.
Perhaps it is a psychological thing you were saying. We'll see right there. Or perhaps someone is playing some kind of trick on you.
Uh-huh.
I hate to theorize about things I know very little about. But do any of you think it's possible that perhaps part of the uniqueness of his condition is not just due to the specific magics that have gone into it, but also perhaps a byproduct of what was done to him before? Certain
Augmentation.
psychological tics that might be getting suppressed.
That is an explanation.
Only trickery.
Yes.
Well, that would certainly be par for the course.
You always mention what happened to you in the past in rather casually, but I don't think you've ever really talked about it.
Where should I start? He's almost like talking to himself. He
Yeah.
stares into the faceplate.
Yeah.
Emiria will place a hand on his and says, "You only need to talk as much as you want to. We're not going to force you."
He's only like from his like body language, it almost appears like he's only like half listening.
Yeah.
And he's just basically like very lost in his thoughts. Probably like occasionally the brief like arm jerk, like as you're working on the fingers.
Yeah, kind of quietly mutters, please don't hit the nerve.
Please don't rip off something important.
Yeah, because like it's clear he needs stuff, but it's also like Nilo's also trying to help in the ways that she can. She knows she's not built to be a psychiatrist in any case, and that's kind of what he needs. And she's also fully aware that Emiria is, because as much as she hates to admit it, Emiria is better suited for this sort of thing, but she's also at the same time not. And then there's Vagar, who just doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
Yeah.
Vagar is definitely a man of few words.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
I want to clarify that as far as the main party is concerned, the only person qualified to be a psychiatrist just rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
So yeah, that ain't coming from him anytime soon.
Would the Legion just download a psychiatry a package or something from the extranet and is like,
I mean, I don't see a
train
single
him.
reason why he couldn't.
Mhm.
I'm just saying that he just rolled a nat 1, so I'm just saying he's probably not going to for a while.
Yep. His downloaded copy of the diagnostic manual for psychiatry, the DSM. Its file's corrupted.
Yeah, but he got like the WebMD version of it.
The file is corrupted.
Yes.
It's like according to the files according to the psychiatric profiling we've found the diagnosis is cancer. And then like his face panels move a bit and then it's just this diagnosis does not appear to be accurate. Engaging extranet search protocols.
Not like we're on Albuquerque or something, so you can't hack Oni database to get his actual psychiatric file.
Oh yeah, that would be. If only we could.
And then also would say, it'd be like, yes, Spartan 2. There's an addendum. All Spartan 2s are known to show heavily sociopathic tendencies.
I can't help but imagine the party then goes like, all right, we have a psychiatric profile. Now we just need to hand it to the most trustworthy person in the group. They just hand it so that they can help. They hand it to me. And then Nilo just looks at everyone and is just like, damn it, I'm an engineer, not a psychiatrist.
Not a doctor.
Yeah. I'm not a... Damn.
I'm an engineer, not a doctor.
Yeah. I swear, sometimes this party is making me want a McCoy. I'm an engineer, not a magician. I'm an engineer, not a sorcerer. I'm an engineer, not a healer.
It wouldn't be a McCoy. It would be a Doppler.
Yeah.
Dang it! I'm a doctor, not a. It's like, dang it, I'm an engineer, not a doctor. I mean, I have a doctorate, but you can't do anything with a doctor. You just sit there and you're useless.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just like. But yeah. Anyways, did you want me to make a roll for the fingers or?
No, you don't have to.
Okay, fix him up some fingers and some nice feely feels through said fingers. Unfortunately, we don't match anymore.
But yes.
You know,
Well, even then, I don't
three-fingered.
think we really matched, because even when it was just the three-fingered hand, the two fingers would have been much wider.
Yeah.
Than
I mean,
either of
yours were more Bugman, anyways.
Split them into
Well, I mean, even
Anyways,
that aside, I imagine is probably just like one of the easiest fixes. You basically just cut down the center of both of them, splitting it in half to create 4. or something like that. I don't know.
Either way. However she
Either
did
way.
it, she clearly did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just
Now,
yeah.
well, yes, but yes. So, um, now I understand that if you can blame yourself for past actions, I mean, we've all done things that we've regretted in the past. If this is about that, but the point is, Amiria will tug at like his free arm, is that you have to worry about how you want yourself to be seen today, for it's about today, now, and tomorrow for that matter. It's, well, the thing is that times are complicated, and there are ways that we must fix ourselves, and the only way we can do that is by looking forward. Now, I may not have been with you long, but I do understand that there is a good person inside you. And while you like to believe that there is this monster that's trying to release yourself, will release itself from these inner walls that you've built, the thing is that I understand that no, it's how you treat people in just situations. And while you might have been controlled by this Oni at some point, you are no longer bound by their constraints for the time being. It's up to you.
At that, he lets out a very disbelieving half snort. I don't know. Doubt that.
You don't
We
believe
are
that
And then,
several light
any
years away from any Oni station that you can
oh,
ever see them
yes,
seeing
physical control.
stars that they have
Physical
never
control
seen.
they've never been able to do. But, psychiatric conditioning is another story. He then sets down the helmet, and then with the most serious expression you've ever seen on his face, tell me,
Just-
you ever gunned down an entire crowd of unarmed civilians on the mistaken belief they were hostile insurgents? How
I cannot
about
have.
just after augmentation, our first kill, as it were, for those of us that survived, that weren't crushed during the ceramic bone grafts, was in a unarmed fist fight with ODSTs. They are advanced shock trooper marines. They were pulverized.
I cannot say that I have.
He then shakes himself. They never did like us. Still don't. That's probably part of it.
To think.
well, if there is something I've well, if there is something I've been having hammered into my head lately, it's that out here more is possible than what we've had believed before. Perhaps where you came from, there were not ways to there were not ways to break your conditioning or or help with anything you've done. or help you even emotionally process the morality of, well, anything. But, and she's gonna say this while finishing up the hand,
Mm-hmm.
there's out here the possibilities appear to be almost endless. And you never know what new doors may open. She's gonna gesture for you to try out your hand.
Mm-hmm. Waits to make sure you're very well relative to him and so forth. Your small fingers and so forth are clear, so he doesn't like
Yeah.
accidentally like break your wrist or
Yeah.
anything, and then tests them out.
Yeah. And they should actually feel like you have a hand.
Mm-hmm. Very fine work.
I've I I certainly try. I'm supposed to be an inch. Did you did you know I was just a low rank engineer?
Hmm.
I wasn't anyone special where I came from. I'm pretty confident I've gotten better at what I do, but where but I have noticed I've noticed that things are changing. Not just with myself, but not with just with myself, but others as well. Not all of it is for the best, but others are things I could never have imagined. I'm After all, while it may be crude in comparison to others, I've begun practicing magic. Even when
You like this full on like head turn, one eyebrow raised, like what?
I know, doesn't it? I know. Sounds sounds crazy, doesn't it? I said it
You're
before.
doing good for
There's
a couple weeks experience.
It's not. You remember that? You remember when I poured that water from me? You remember when I poured the water on the bridge of that starship?
He vaguely nods and like yes.
That that was magic. I managed to replicate the effect through certain means of technology, but the essence was I used technology to access magic. That was where I come from. What I did was just impossible.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to get at is things may seem difficult now, and but I believe we can make them better. As speaking soldier to soldier, I would we have to believe that. The war has to end eventually, right?
Yes. Though sometimes the way it ends is more surprising than the wildest ideas you could possibly fathom at its start. You see, he briefly grabs the energy sword hilt off of his belt and just stares at it. Strangest things are possible under the right circumstance. He then returns it to his belt. He then looks at Vagar. You've been awfully quiet.
Yeah, I'm
Vagar being
just.
the normal amount of quiet.
Do we ever?
Yeah, I'm not really
Say,
good at these talks. But just know that.
he,
I mean, if you want to.
Kila Salai, he speaks.
Oh, okay, shove it.
He's alive!
It's like, okay, but
She like she clearly said that very dryly, and it's just like, and now she's clearly got like that half friendly giggle.
See, if I wasn't a
Yeah.
sociopath, this is where I would interject with something like, now, don't talk like that. You'll make him self-conscious. And then he'll
Right.
again.
Unfortunately, Spartans aren't exactly known for their wit.
Mhm.
Well, their battle wit, yes, but the
They're very
comedic
witty
timing.
amongst each other. But
There's
everyone
like,
else who's not in the inn, which, the inn being restricted to 37 individuals, by this point in
Yeah.
time, 90% of which are dead.
I mean, most of Master Chief's comedic timing that I've seen was mostly just him like just saying the most reasonable thing for him to say in that situation. It just came across as funny because of how bluntly he puts it.
Yeah. They're like very witty and funny with each other, but it's very much a insular,
It's a
like
dry
almost like
wit.
self-protective measure of we only shared this with other Spartans, not
Yeah.
with the training officers, not with other Marines, not with class
Yeah.
threes
Yeah.
or anything.
Anyways,
anyways, yeah.
but
Vagar's just gonna be like, yeah, sorry, I just couldn't figure out what to say. But yeah, if I'm here if you wanna talk to a wall about any of this. I'll try to give you an answer, but even then, I still don't know much about what I'm dealing with either. So
Yeah, got that message. Is just with his left arm, his right shoulder. Like, yeah, kind of figured that.
yeah, so
yeah.
but yeah, we could figure it out together.
Yeah. Oh, the downsides of having a mask. None of them can tell the genuine smile Nilo is wearing right now.
Actually,
Like
Barton
they
might
can
be able to partially read it between the fact that,
like
Mjolnir
can kind
visors
of see
and
her they can kind of see her glowing eyes are squinting a bit, but other than that,
but your other body posture nonverbal cues, because
yeah,
Spartans, well, they don't 100% live in Mjolnir the way
yeah,
Quarians live in their exosuits. They do spend a
a lot
absurd
of
amount
time.
of time in armor.
Yeah, they do.
And then there's things like Spartan smiles, which is basically like, it's a hand signal over the visor that's basically the equivalent of smiling, because when I have my helmet on, they can see even less of my face than they can see of yours, because it's fully polarized.
Yeah, exactly. The only reason they can see anything in my face is because apparently Corian eyes are bioluminescent.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be like bioluminescent. I mean, there are plenty of, like actual real world species that their eyes sort of like glow in the dark, under certain lighting conditions, their eyes glow.
That's true. Either way,
Wolves and cats and things. Either
either way, enough about faces or lack thereof.
You went down a biology tangent.
Yeah, enough about the faces or lack thereof of our characters. Yeah.
No, clearly we're all just going to spend the rest of our time staring at each other's armored chest plates. Not really staring at them, more like staring through them.
Ooh.
You'll excuse me, I'm feeling rather self-conscious about my three sizes. Why is everyone staring at me there? uh, anyways, the yeah.
Yes.
Well, maybe what we need is we need to find. Well, if there's nothing else, while we weren't given explicit commands or anything, it almost seems like we're on shore leave.
Hmm. It does
Maybe we should.
He sort of shakes his head and is like, yes, yes, enough of this sad, mopey talk.
Let's see if there's anything. Let's see if there's anything. Let's see if there's anything fun to do around here, like a theater or something.
I actually have specific plans for this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you all end up heading back to Lurdovox and Sidar's restaurant. Just
Yeah.
there's just your walking takes you there eventually. And when you
Yeah.
get close, you start to hear singing. Not good singing. A man and a woman's voice. They appear to be singing a duet. Um, Bradley and Nilo can both make history checks to see if they recognize the song.
I will
Sure.
do so.
Why
You do
not?
recognize that one of the people singing is Sidar because he,
Every
you roll-
S is dragged out.
Yep.
He has a very unique way of speaking.
No.
Nope, Nilo doesn't know it.
Maybe.
Nope, Bradley doesn't know it. It's a
Yeah.
it is I will just say it's a duet love song and out of character. If you're curious which one it is, it's "Don't Go Breaking My Heart."
Okay. Yeah, the dice were correct. There's no way Nilo would have known that.
Yeah, no, or
Not a
me.
single way.
What's human music? The DC
It
was pretty
is,
high.
but
for
I
what
also
they do.
don't see. It is, but I'm also thinking in the real world, when was the last time I've actually heard that song?
I love that
I
song.
And
don't
Nilo
recognize
technically
that song, like, at
didn't
all.
spend a lot of time with an Earth colony.
Yeah, but yeah,
and Spartan exposed to things like civilian music.
I know
What does it mean? Would he have had the time for
it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth making the checks.
Yeah,
No,
I
it
did
was,
because, like,
it was. I ain't arguing.
But
I'm just saying, I think the dice were correct.
but yeah,
the results are
you,
expected.
but yeah, when you get closer, when you actually like get into the building, you see that there is a bit of a crowd. There appears to be one of the LDs who Joey describe Styles, please.
Styles, let's see here. Let me just find him again. It
Scroll up
even
through the mile
you
of
expect
art
me to
history.
remember all 15 of those bastards? I wrote them half drunk. Let's see. Styles. Where is he? Well, I need to wait for that to load. Load. Okay, I'm way far back.
Might be easier in the search bar. Just type in Styles.
I'm close enough to finding him. I almost found him. Hang on, that's Trench Bolt. Hang on, that's Nelson. Canteen, Billiard, Fitterman, Yearman. There he is. I forgot he also has blue coat. He, one with a. I genuinely don't know what you would call that style of hat.
Bicorn, I believe.
Yeah, a bicorn.
Yeah.
That one of those front to back styles.
all right.
Yeah.
Like an admiral's hat.
Yeah,
yeah, kind of.
it's a bicorn.
Yeah. Bike. Rather flashier bicorn than what Hero Forge has available. And a seemingly well kept blue coat. Come to think of it, I may have unintentionally gave him an almost Napoleon look.
That's what it is, the Napoleon.
Ah, yes.
Come to think of it.
But yeah, he's manning some sort of device. You're not
Yeah.
honestly. I can't think of a single reason that any of you would know what it is, but it's a karaoke machine.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
And you see Sidar and Anastasia on like a small raised section of flooring, singing the song into microphones. Not well.
Yeah. Listen, they're both really good at a lot of things. Singing just wasn't gonna be one of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, his charisma is like +1.
And she was apparently after a snake man. I don't think most snakes don't even have ears, so I doubt she put any charisma points into singing. So,
Craft
so
all kinds of recipes and poisons and germs and everything.
I wonder what.
Singing? Nah, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God, it would be funny if Lord of Vox was actually good at like opera, but like, it's like, why do you know how to sing this? Didn't you live
No, no,
alone?
no.
He's just
Obviously,
like
in
he's
his
just I didn't.
pre obviously in his pre-transformation life, he was an opera house singer.
No, I just like the idea that he just sort of did it in his spare time to not drive himself crazy, but he never thought he was any good, and then he hears it that he's actually really good from other people, and he just doesn't believe them. He thinks they're being nice, but they're like, no, seriously. But
Yeah,
anyways,
you are at the restaurant. There is a karaoke event going on that's being put on by Styles.
yeah.
Lovely.
Well, I don't think we've met that one yet. Do you think we've? What do you think? What do you think their name's going to turn out to be?
I'll just give a shrug.
That is. It is. Is this in? No, I don't think it is. I thought I recognized the music, but I don't think I do. Oh, just should we? Should
Smart
we
just
go
shrugs. I was
in?
like, don't look at me. I don't know civilian details like music.
Well, this appears to be a. I believe the human word is karaoke.
That
Uh,
sounds
I'm
familiar.
you.
Sounds
I think I
horrible.
overheard some ODSTs razzing one of their platoon mates about some particularly awful singing one day when they were on leave and got drunk. They can be very loud about their escapades.
Well, you're. I don't know if I've ever been. I was always a bit too shy to do it myself. Should we? Should we go in?
Well, it seems more cheerful than whatever's
At
going
the
on out
very
here.
least, it should be amusing, and we can get
You're
get
right.
Neil
Let's
over
try to
here.
make. You're right. You're. You're right. You said you're not. You said You're not sure what a good. You said you weren't sure what a good memory is. Let's try to make some.
As we enter, I distinctly
Yeah.
grab a table near the back, like either whichever, like back corner near
Yeah.
the door, not necessarily, but like
Yeah.
not in the middle where everyone is congregating around the machine and all
Mhm.
that. Partially because, well, here's the downside of augmented senses: is that, well, they're
Yeah.
augmented.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah. And I.
you see Sidar and Anastasia finish their song, and Styles calls up some other person who starts singing a different song.
A wonderful, if slightly tone deaf, performance by the by the by our lovely local store proprietors. It's just like, yeah, I don't know who to call up next, so we'll just
It's
just
just
take that part as read.
yeah, it's just like this is
See,
just like a
I
background
want to point
thing.
out. I want to point out just by even 5 minutes of watching this guy, it's clear he seems to. Skirvo already had to seem to have an affiliation for the theatrics. This one seems to have like it's more so. It's notably more so. His movements are
Just
a lot more
theatrics.
exaggerated.
Got a lot of
Almost
showmanship.
like yeah. He clearly shows to be some kind of showman. Like you've seen a well, if any of you have met the theater kids, like that.
I'm gonna say that Skirbo's meeting with the rest of the captains hasn't happened yet. Just to be clear.
Okay, fair enough. Probably waiting for the others to show up.
Yeah.
Who knows where the hell Trenchbolt is right now? So and Larry probably busted up his ship again.
Larry.
Yeah. Listen, it's a wonder the commander still likes him. She always ends up worse for wear after after some of his hijinks. It's also a wonder he's still alive. Anyhow,
I mean, that could be said for like most of them, especially
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Skirvo shenanigans.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean
Really,
they
though,
are
the only
they are all literally older than the gods.
Yeah. I mean, the one that's still the most surprising though is Davis. Just how? like you ask the rest of them, they're just gonna be like, no, Davis is the one that apparently has a gift for survival. We're not sure how he gets it, but but anyways, uh, anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna view up some. I'm gonna do some sleuthing. I'm gonna see how this event's put together.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Like in what way?
Yes.
like
Where
first of
is the
all,
list to
first
sign
of
up?
all, are people just being called up by random? Is there like a
Oh,
list you got to put your
yeah.
name on? And
There's a
like,
list that people put their names on.
all right. Also, song selection seems kind of important. Is that
Hmm.
randomized? Is that
You can either pick a song or have one just assigned to you.
fair enough?
Mhm.
Yeah,
You know,
really, she's just kind
usually
of getting the details of
things like
this
this, I take my
surprise
helmet off.
event.
This time, I haven't.
What? Oh, you
You know,
didn't put your helmet
usually
back
I
on?
take my helmet off when we go in places like this and so forth.
Yeah,
This time I have not.
yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. So she's gonna do some sleuthing, learn about that, and come on over and see if there's come on back to the rest of the group and tell her what she found. Tell them what she found.
Ooh, how neat.
We can we can get the we can get this. I couldn't help but imagine, like, while we're talking, there's like a couple of sailors getting booed off the stage
Yeah.
because they wanted to do a shanty, but everyone's
No.
like, if we wanted to hear shanties, we'd go out on sea. Now, this is this is our recreational night.
You're gonna have to speak up. I turned down the volume as I gesture to the side of my helmet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like whisper, like, so, wait, are your ears incredibly sensitive?
Unfortunately,
Maybe there's
the
something. Maybe there's.
benefit and downside of augmented senses.
Maybe there's something. Mm.
You know,
Did
he
you?
turned down the volume input from
Yeah.
on his helmet.
Yeah, I get what you
It's
mean.
like You're gonna need to
she's-
speak louder. I can't hear you. I turned off the mic.
Yeah. Just like, so she, very patiently going to explain to him how the event was put together, and for whatever reason it is, there's, and she's going to ask, did you, like, honestly, out of game, I don't see any reason why all of us shouldn't at least try. But anyways, she's going to ask if Brad wants to give it a go.
He's content to sit back and watch the rest of you. He then looks at you like, however, I'll give you 5 credits or whatever if you can get Vagar up there.
Oh, I want to hear how he sings.
Absolutely not.
Nilo's just gonna say, she looks at Vagar, and then she's just gonna look back at Brad. You're on, and then she's just gonna.
Vagar
she's
is going to
gonna
stand up from the
type out-
table and
she's
just head out.
Yeah, she's gonna type down. She's gonna type down something, and Legion's gonna head out. You know who Legion's looking for?
Oh, you're playing dirty.
Yeah,
You're
listen.
dirty.
You want to get a family man to do anything, you gotta grab him by the wife.
You gotta bring the wife in.
I kind of want to briefly roleplay that just to see how she reacts.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah, Legion somehow finds her.
Oh, hey, big guy. What's going on?
We are the rest of the unit has entered some sort of an event known as a karaoke contest. We were curious if you would like to attend with Vagar.
I would love that. You said they were already over there?
We could show you the way.
Oh, yes, please. And she is going to get up from where
Acknowledge.
she was, and she is going to hook an arm around Legion's arm.
Yeah. Legion clearly doesn't know how you're supposed to work with that. Like, listen, bro didn't know how to do a handshake before. I definitely don't believe he knows how to do this. Clearly has like a curiosity of the
No
motion.
data available.
Yeah, exactly. But
Why?
yes,
There was a hole.
Why
my
nonetheless,
armor?
escort
No
him.
data.
Nonetheless, escort her to the bar, and perhaps need to intercept a Vagar on the way if needed.
Oh, yeah.
Because obviously Nilo probably might have quietly had her little combat drone tail him and send data to Legion.
Yeah, they're probably going to catch him while he's leaving. He's going to be like,
He probably
he's
knows.
going to turn back around, go back inside, go back over to the table, slam his hands on the table, and look at Nilo.
She's just kind of looking. She's just kind of got her fingertips pressed together, and just says, "Welcome back."
And he's just going to point a finger and says, no. No.
You start hearing a chuckle coming from me.
I'm not the one you need. And she's just like, she just says, "I'm not the one you need to convince now."
I like
these
to
pirates have
shake
been
my
rubbing
head
off
and
on
I look
me.
at Neil and be like, "You're diabolical." I'm pointing
I
my
think
finger
the
at you.
pirates have been. I think the pirates have been rubbing off on me.
I tap your shoulder and be like, "You're learning well." That was absolutely
It's
diabolical.
just like said, get Vega on the stage. I immediately out of game immediately was like, no. I was like, I don't need to get Vagar on the stage. Oh, I don't know why it is that all my characters end up at least slightly evil. Probably because it's true to life. Anyways, yeah, so Legion escorts her inside and points out the table.
He's going to.
Keep
How
forgetting her
tall is
name,
Legion again?
He's average height of a human.
Average height? Okay, alright,
Yeah,
yeah, she's
yeah.
going to, like, go on
That
her
is, if you're counting
tiptoes.
top of his head, not top of his antenna.
No.
Yeah.
She's just going to go on her tiptoes because she's pretty short. Give Legion a little kiss on the cheek, and or the side of his head,
face
and then
Yeah,
go.
side of his
Yeah.
weird head stalk
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and then head over to the table and just sit down next to Vega.
Uh,
She's gonna be like,
Panels
so.
readjust as he clearly tries to understand
Analyzing
as he
data.
tries to understand just the entirety of that interaction.
It was
More
so
than likely
small
fails
too.
to without outside he's before ultimately deciding he's not going to get any further without outside input.
Yeah,
Bro,
she's gonna sit
is
down
more
next to
confused
Vagar.
than the sociopathic Spartan.
And she's just gonna be like, so, what's this karaoke?
I
It's an
gesture with a
event where
hand to
you-
the stage as a new
It is an
performer.
event where you
It's up.
it's where you see that list over there.
Uh-huh.
You sign up and select a song, and then when your name is called, you go up on stage with you or as just yourself or whoever you wish to bring with you, and you will you attempt to sing the song that was selected.
Can we select our own songs? Do they have songs from where we're from?
I'm not sure. You can pick your own songs though.
Okay, let me ask. And she is going to get up and walk straight over.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Whoever's like, I think
Skipper,
Styles.
Styles, yes,
Or-
Styles is the one running it.
Yeah, Skipper
She's
wouldn't
just
run
gonna
an
go
event
over
like this.
I don't. I misspoke.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just clarifying for everyone. Styles isn't fun.
You mean Skipper isn't fun?
Or yeah, no, yes. Styles is fun. Skipper isn't fun.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna go up to Styles, and she's just gonna be
Yes.
like,
Well, I mean, it happens when your primary processor has a freaking hole in it. This,
So we
anyways,
insert a why so serious joke next time we see him.
I got shot in the head.
yeah, she's just gonna go up to him, and she's just gonna be like, hi, so,
Hello,
is-
lovely lady.
hi. Oh, thank you. Okay, so, for the songs, is it from any world, or is it just like one central world,
We
or just like a few?
we have a song selection from quite an amount of worlds. Some of our song selections are even bleedovers, where through mysterious means there are music popular in some worlds had appeared in others.
Oh, well, that's interesting. But I only know songs from my world. I think they called it like Witch Space or something.
It never
I
actually
never had any
had.
of those.
No, the sphere doesn't have a name.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it's
Yeah.
I don't. So
Well,
I don't know. Can I just look at your like catalog?
have you? Well, you say you wish
Which
to find
language?
us. What would be a keyword common in your world that you haven't heard in others? Perhaps the name of a profession.
A profession?
Some people call different professions different things. They are occasionally telltale sound. People write songs about said professions. Perhaps you find.
Oh my gosh, I have the perfect. Okay, can you look up the word Witcher?
I believe there was some. I believe I've heard tale of this one from streaming's from some sort of streaming's device called a Netflix. Let us look.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Are you going to put
What
like
is
top
the
coin or something
name
like
of
that
the
in the
song?
playlist?
Yeah,
Do you know the name of the
the
song? Because I think I know what it is.
yeah. So I think we all know that she's pulling up Toss a Coin to Your Witcher.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, are you going to put toss a coin on this list?
Okay.
Yeah, because at this point,
I don't know the song.
Oh,
It's like-
I've never played the
It's-
game, but I do know that song.
It was a song that was,
just
as
look
far
it
as
up
I can
really quick.
tell, was created almost explicitly for the Netflix series.
Mhm. Yeah.
But it became, but it was very clearly extraordinarily popular because it was like one of the songs that actually was like, hey, Witchers are actually kind of badass.
Okay.
Mhm.
They do all the dirty stuff they do all the dirty monster fighting no one wants to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, yeah, and like I
Okay,
said,
yeah.
it was
So
made for the
if you
Netflix
haven't,
series.
then definitely sign me up.
We'll see. Will there be anyone else joining you?
She's gonna look back over at Vagar
And
and then look
yeah,
back over at him. He's like,
give
no,
me
just
the
me.
damn it. It's just like it's like it's just like uh yeah, we'll just get her signed up then.
Yeah, because if you put Vagar up on stage, he's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gonna stand up there and then he's gonna walk right off.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, so wait for her to come back.
Yeah, so she's just going to get her name signed up and she's gonna skip back to the table,
Are
sit
you
back down.
Did they happen to have something from where you're from?
I believe so.
That's
Something from
that's in-
a Netflix.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
I probably don't. I imagine Netflix will not
If
do
you
that
want her
by
to have a roll in
explaining names
insight,
500 years in the future.
if you want her to roll an insight, she probably could have been able to tell that that Styles doesn't fully know what that is either. He just
okay.
he's heard the term but doesn't fully understand what it is. You think these guys are busy? You think he has time to Netflix and chill?
Let's see what she gets. Yeah, no, she doesn't know.
Yeah. Nah. But anyways, yeah. So it's like, are you going up there
Let's see
with
if my
Vagar?
AI knows what it is. Because I mean, considering we're from the 26th
No.
century, it's like okay,
No,
okay.
It's
I was
not
like,
important.
it hasn't existed for hundreds of years.
see if there's
Yeah.
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 That'd be like
It's like, oh,
asking
no,
what is the
Vagar,
primary coal company in England during the 1400s.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you
It's
going?
like, oh no, just me. I know Vagar is not going to do anything.
Shame on him making you have to go up there by yourself.
What? No, I love it. I love being the center of attention.
Can we peer pressure Vagar?
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
What kind
What
of
would
check
my
is that?
what would my persuasion roll for that be?
That'd
Like
be a
it's just
persuasion check.
oh yeah, that is.
I'm
God.
telling you, I'm down on this. I got a 14 to the roll. What do you got?
Let's see.
You have a plus 14 to persuasion, I mean?
Yes, because
Oh
of that
damn!
Oh
bloody
no, wait,
little
hang
spell
on,
check
hang on.
that you gave us.
Wrong. We need to
Oh, yeah.
minus 5 from my roll.
So
Wow.
it's a 20.
So a dirty 20.
I bet
Sorry,
part
I
of
mixed
your
up.
argument, Neil, is like, he's gonna pay me 5 credits if I can get you up there. Come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, what are you saying? What are you saying to Vagar?
Yeah, it's like I always understood that you're supposed to share moments like these together. Are you? Are you? Uh, can you? If you if you can't overcome your own personal hardships, can you truly say you love someone? That might have been a little cruel, but hey, dirty 20.
Vagar's just gonna glare at her. It's like,
Uh,
you did not just say that.
Vagar, make a wisdom save.
Goodness. Where are my saves at? It's just
Yeah.
knowing my luck. Oh,
Oh.
that's a 19.
The peer pressure works on you.
Yay, peer pressure.
He's just gonna glare at her. He's like, you did not just say that, and he's going to get up and walk over to the paper to sign his name right next to Eden. And then he's going to come back, sit down, cross his arms, and just slump in his chair.
uh, I would. I, it's just like, she's just like, and then meanwhile Nilo's thinking to herself, yeah, no chance I'm getting Legion up there though. like that's just not working.
He'd be so confused. He'd be like, what do we do?
Well, it would be more of a, he understands the principle of what they're doing, but his performance would be so beyond tone deaf, it would actually be painful and might end the
He has an
event.
electronic speaker. Couldn't he, in theory, just play a recording of a soundtrack or something?
I'm pretty sure that's not allowed.
Be like, no, you can't do that. That's called cheating.
That would be cheating.
Yep. Besides, we just learned how old these guys are. You really think Nilo wants to try to start something with one of Skirbo's brothers?
You.
This is about cheering up. This is about cheering up Brad. Besides,
Eden
it's
is
also,
going to.
while also simultaneously being mild payback for Vagar ripping us all to pieces.
Hey, he has apologized over and over.
All
He
you do
feels
now is
bad
get
for
Vagar
what he did.
to up Miriam when he golfing.
But Eden
She
is going
doesn't
to.
say that out loud though.
Eden is going to scooch over to Nilo and just lean in and whispers like, "How much
You're
did
right,
you bet?
Spencer, because usually
What?
Emiria is half the cause of these issues.
How much
with their
did you bet?"
meetings.
Just 5.
5 pieces.
She's just gonna
already starting to
smile
count out
and nod.
Like, just 5.
Eden's gonna smile and nod and just scooch back over to Vagar.
Probably not even a currency I can use.
Still worth it.
A nice
Yeah.
souvenir.
This wasn't even about the bet. It was just about saying she could do it.
I'm gonna say
It was
that.
more a matter of pride.
I'm gonna say that. Like Lurdovox absolutely knows what's going on at this table. Like he can. I'm gonna say that your seat is actually near the. Your seat is actually kind of near the kitchen, so he can straight up
works.
hear you all.
Yeah. He's just like. Oh, I can't wait to. Oh, Siddhar's gonna love to hear about this one. So he is going to, obviously not stop what he's doing, but he's gonna keep an eye on them with interest. Because I mean, Seriously, these people are like, I am alarmed how well these people are adapting to this lifestyle. Anyways, so let's see about I don't see why the mad scientist shouldn't do a duet.
Oh, oh, you're asking me? Why? You're
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah, no, out of game. It's that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't see a reason why we shouldn't.
Mad scientist duet.
Yeah,
With what
You're,
song? What do you guys both
that
know?
is the question, isn't it? Neither of us would know anything in common, so this
Uh-uh.
would really just be a train wreck of us trying to figure it out as we go.
they give us a random song.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? Nilo's waiting until after the Vagar thing.
Okay.
All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, a few
Yeah.
more songs go
I can't
by.
pull up my healing word
Yeah.
playlist to see what
Uh,
they sing.
yeah,
Yeah.
a few more songs go by with varying levels of quality. Um,
Yeah.
and then Vagar and
I
Eden
mean,
get called up.
yeah. On one hand, you had people who probably should never be anywhere near a song sheet ever again, and on the other hand, we had Alis and Arnessa who absolutely slayed it.
Hmm.
So
Trying to think of what it is that they would be singing, but I can't.
I can't either, but let's face it, it was Alis that was the mermaid.
Aranessa is the mermaid.
Arnessa, just Arnessa by herself is already just gonna be good at just about anything she
Got that
sings.
siren song ability.
Yes.
Yep. So anyhow, what's the
I could roll on my Hella Cure Wounds playlist to see what
Yeah.
you guys can sing.
so I'm assuming
Okay.
that's a performance.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It is a straight charisma check for both because neither have proficiency with vocals, which is actually a
Fair enough.
proficiency you can have. Whenever you would get an instrument proficiency, you can choose to gain
Ah.
proficiency with vocals.
Is
Oh.
Vagar,
Ah,
even though he's not gonna even like sing, he's
Yeah.
just gonna stand up there with his wife.
Yeah.
And then Eden is much better than him.
I would hope so, given that
Nope.
it's her casting ability. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's nothing incredible, but it's pretty good.
That being said, Vagar rolled a 19.
And be like, well, I suppose technically I did say get him up there instead of get him to sing.
Yeah. He did roll a 19 though, so
I
clearly he got
know.
more into it than he expected.
Mm-hmm. He did.
He just likes seeing his wife happy.
Yeah.
So
We
all you get from
actually
him
see a
is a little
smile on his face?
He just has a smile. That's all you get. That's the 19 is you make him smile.
Yep. Yeah. Made him smile.
We made him
She's
smile.
just like, did you see that? I think I've seen you smile more often than him. I'd have an easier time getting Legion to smile.
Yeah.
Obviously, Legion interjects. Geth do not have the components for a smile.
I looked from Legion to Nilo, back to Legion, back to Nilo. How would they do that anyways? Weird flap of the face plates?
Geth do not have the components for a smile. They would merely get in the way. Yeah. Wait for
Okay.
them to come back.
On the upside, at least it's not a Sangheili smiling. He then shudders. That is absolutely
Sangheili were the
terrifying.
ones with the. She puts her fingers in the like against each other in kind of the way that the elite's faces are like.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, they're the ones with the finger faces.
Yes. He then shudders. It's very.
What would that look? What would that
Scary.
look like?
It's more of a maniacal grin that makes you very concerned for your imminent well-being.
Well,
And that's with them on the same side, not charging at you, screaming battle cries with an energy sword engaged.
yeah. So, wait for Eden and Vagar to come back.
Mhm.
Yeah, Eden's gonna come back with Vagar hand in hand. She's
course.
smiling from ear to ear. It's like,
Had fun, you
she's gonna.
two?
Oh, it was so much fun. And Vagar's just gonna be
It is always
quiet.
it is always fun to try to share experiences together.
I know, right? We should
Like,
do that more often. He's like,
out of game,
Even
I
got
couldn't help but
chuckles here to
imagine those
smile.
words just out of game. I couldn't just help but imagine like those words, just like the speech bubble of that, just stabbing right through Vagar.
yeah.
Alan, you even got chuckles here to smile.
I think I've seen him smile maybe. No, I don't think I ever have actually.
You've probably seen him once when you guys first meet Eden,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
probably.
that's it.
yeah, yeah.
No, wait. No, yeah, no. You didn't see him smile when he proposed to her again. So,
Yeah.
because I remember, Nilo,
Well,
you were there.
Yeah.
He remembers.
Oh boy. Okay, so what was it I was gonna pull up? Oh no, I remember. It's not important. No, the yeah, so it's just gonna be like, well, this is a team. Well, this is a team. Well, I suppose we should consider this some form of a team building exercise.
The moment you say that, you hear an audible groan come from me, and be like,
No, you don't have.
"Ah."
You don't have to. I'm just saying. Maybe
Oh,
we.
what are you guys gonna sing?
I don't know.
Uh,
And she
No.
actually kind of looks over and goes, "I'm going to regret asking this. Do you want to go up there with me, Amelia?"
asking for my hand. Bold of you.
Ooh, scandalous.
And she's
Let's
just like,
do this.
you know, that's not it.
I know.
You
It's
tell
just
you
fun to tease you.
reality. You know full well that the reality of the situation is you terrify me beyond belief.
Oh,
Before you real quick go up there, he'll just tap your shoulder and be like, "Hey, can your fancy doohickey flash print set of earplugs real quick?"
I don't know what's going to. I'm more concerned that we're just going to stumble over it, because I doubt there's anything either of us would both know. So there is a get one assigned option.
well, I think that'd be best because I'm sorry to inform you, but most of the music I know takes form in the form of hymns, and I don't necessarily like those anymore.
I know a couple of. I know a couple of. I know a couple of Korean rom-com specials.
What's a rom-com?
I don't even want to try to get into explaining that. I was young. Like,
Romance, comedy, just a myriad. Let's not
yeah,
go down that rabbit hole.
yeah. But like,
Trying to
it's
explain television.
I like the idea that it's both a thing where it's like clearly that was something she was into, but now she looks at those days like, God, what was I thinking?
Yeah,
Like,
she should have not have ended up with him.
yeah, she's just like, all that did was turn me into one of those cringy internet shippers. Like the equivalent of Nilo's regretful middle school days.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
What's the name of that one wrong
I don't
that
remember the
that
one
that that gets quoted
that Shepard is
or
forced to watch. I don't remember the one that Shepard was forced to watch. I don't, but she definitely watched it. They
but you
said
know
it
the
was
one I'm talking
popular.
about, right? You know,
No, I know exactly
the
what
one
you're
that
talking
Tally
about.
mentions and all that.
The one where oh wow, Tally can't sing. She can do a lot, but sing isn't one of them. uh, anyways, let's find out if that's a species-wide issue.
Do you want to? Do you
So
want?
yeah,
Do
I'm
you
gonna-
want to?
It's
Do
gonna
you want
bug right now. Right
to?
now, I need to look it up.
Actually, I was gonna ask if you want to roleplay the interaction between the new duo and Skipper. Not Skipper. Styles.
or
Sorry.
Styles.
with Styles, but
Styles.
no. I feel like trying to jump between a showman and a introvert is a little much for my brain to shift between. I feel
Fair
like I'm
enough.
just gonna cause my brain. I feel like I feel like I'm gonna money shift my brain. That is too many gears to shift between. Anyways,
Ooh.
so yeah, go get signed up for random choice. That one's knowing full well she is going to regret this. She's
Okay,
like,
do you guys
yeah.
want one from my Hello Cure Wounds playlist, or which is full of musicals, or do you want actual music?
Don't actually put on a song because
I'm not going to actually put on a song. No, I'm just going
No,
to
I think she
shuffle.
was just looking. I think she was just wanting to spin for a name.
oh
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So you pick musicals or my usual music.
You know what? Let's go for musicals. Why the heck not? I mean,
Musical.
knowing Styles,
Okay.
For me, it would probably be
knowing
more
Styles, there's probably like 1,000 of those.
Alrighty. Let's see. Ah, here we go. It's Agony from Into the Woods.
That title. I don't know anything about the song or the artist. That title is so perfect
That's
for me.
actually perfect because it's a duet.
Honest to God, on my floor.
It's so perfect.
That is
it's
such
even a duet. Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
I've taken off my helmet, but instead I have like earplugs put in because
Did I
volume and all
seriously?
that.
Oh my
I'm
god,
like
I did.
leaning back with I've ordered a thing of popcorn.
Oh, I am gonna
Train wreck.
have to talk to my brother-in-law about drawing that. Oh my God.
Yeah, if you ever need music, I have a specific playlist I use for my bard whenever he uses
Agony!
whenever he uses a leveled spell, I spin, I push shuffle, and whatever it lands on, he sings.
Right. Well, all right. Props go to Maddie's shuffle. Holy crap. Oh my God.
The shuffler just got a
The gods of randomness.
I haven't laughed that hard in a while. All right. So what was that? Straight charisma, you say?
Straight charisma for both of you at disadvantage because you're singing a song you don't know.
All right.
That sounds about right.
Do spell jars work for this or no?
Yes.
All right, then that's a +8 to the roll.
Yeah, I don't.
All right.
Here is actually pretty good apparently.
22 and 18.
I
Not
honestly
bad,
expected
not
worse.
good, not bad.
Yes.
Emiria's pretty good. Nilo is all right.
Average.
Yeah. I'm just
Gotta carry you through this.
that is so damn funny. We're both singing about a song of being of being in excruciating agony over our unrequited love. That is hilarious.
Did I abuse her or showed her disdain? Why does she run from me? If I should lose her, how shall I regain the heart she
Admittedly,
has won from me?
most of what I remember of the song,
Agony.
most of what I remember of the song is when they're doing the refrain of agony in the like movie version. One of them rips open his shirt all dramatically,
Yeah,
and
and
then
the
the
other
other
one's
one
just like-
looks at him and quickly rips open his as well.
Yeah.
Like the agony. That. Well. Just yeah.
Oh, the torture
Nilo.
they teach.
You know what? I'm gonna say that before they went on, Nilo went ahead and ordered something stiff for when she gets back. I thought about that. I should have done that before, and I was like, oh, I wanted to do that. Oh well.
Okay. Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
get back
So
and there's a drink waiting for you.
Yeah, I
Yep.
slide it over to you.
she's just like, she sits down, proceeds to slurp straw that thing right up. And just like that could have been worse.
Yeah, Eden's just gonna clap for you guys a bit, and she's gonna be like, I don't know this song, but I think you guys did great.
I don't know it either.
Never heard in my life.
Yeah. Oh. It's just the idea of what we did that's making me laugh so hard. I need to look up the lyrics to that song right now.
It's beautiful.
Just freaking. I also need that picture, Joey.
Yeah.
The picture of Nilo and Emiria singing. Honestly, what we should do Nilo and Emiria singing karaoke together with like Vagar, Bradley, and Eden watching from the background.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sort of in the leaning back, with
Yeah.
big bucket of popcorn.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the party image. I've been meaning to actually get more party images made.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh man. Okay, so that was I was not mentally ready for that. That destroyed me. I just did it for shits and giggles. Why
Yeah,
the hell
the
not?
night continues to go on.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we want to role play for the night, or just skip to the end?
I'm fine
Uh,
with it.
No, Eden and Vagar are probably just gonna like take a lap
yeah.
around, just, like outside.
We'll play Nilo being drunk again.
Outside again, and then
I
go
should
head
have
back.
gotten something to drink. I could should have gotten something to eat along with this.
Oh yeah, honey.
I tap you on the shoulder only this time and like half knocks you over. Less because of my strength and more because you're drunk now, so you're very floppy
Yeah.
and loose, you know?
Yeah. She's just like, she's just like, I hope you had fun at least. Patting him on the whatever she's able to reach at her current position.
Oh, it's definitely
Probably
been.
something to like a waist or a thigh.
I mean, it might be able to like the arm that I was just patting, just tapped
Yeah.
you on the shoulder with.
Yeah, so just pat. Hope you had fun if nothing else.
Oh, watching you and Vagar has been most hilarious.
Happy to be of service. I really should have eaten something with this.
Oh, sweetie, let's get you some water.
That sounds. Thank you. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
baby.
fine with ending the night there.
Mhm.
I
Okay,
don't know
yeah.
how everyone else feels, but that feels like a good spot.
Neil, in a drunken state, starts talking about the rom-coms.
Yeah.
Amiri tried to calculate how a television works. Comes up with like some kind of weird, wacky version.
It's not even
of
that.
how a
It's like just
TV
trying to
would work.
explain the rom-com genre to you just sounds
So, like,
just sounded
don't even
painful.
explain TV. Just explain rom-com as
And
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
the
yeah.
characters in this show.
Like,
It
oh
would
my
be
god,
much
I think
easier
I
to describe
read
it as
some
a
books
stage
like
production.
this.
She could describe it as a stage production. Like that's no problem. She knows what those
Oh, yeah.
are.
Like, I'll probably chuckle at me like, I think I've seen this act between
Yeah, she's like,
two different ODST Marines on
well,
board a frigate. I hated every minute
I'm
of it.
just happy I did.
Mm.
Well, it just sounds like I did better than what I thought the bar was going to be. Yeah, I thought it was going to sound like an Elcor reenactment of Shakespeare. No, none of them know what an Elcor is.
Nope. Oh, but I know what it is. It's this
Yep.
enthusiastically.
Yeah. Out of
Insert
game, I actually do. I actually would like to at least hear. I would like to hear that. In all honesty.
Anyways, but yeah, that as the night goes on, the singers get progressively more and more drunk. Um,
Oh yeah.
and eventually, the karaoke event ends. The and you all find your way back to the ship to sleep.
Yeah. Yes. Thanks for the. I don't think I have a hangover. Whatever it was that we got from Mr. Lardevox really must have done the trick. Everyone there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep, I'm
Yeah, I'm
here.
here.
Okay, that was just a weird pause.
Well,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so out of character, me as a biologist, I would know just like part of that only just simply means that they made sure you were properly hydrated against the diuretic effects of alcohol.
Yep.
It's literally that easy. Just drink
It's
lots of
pretty much
water.
just water.
Yes.
Literally just drink more fluids.
Yep. Anyways,
But I'm like, would a super soldier Spartan know that? Probably not, because that
we've
would
already
be
established that I am
Honestly,
an engineer, not a biologist.
I honestly expect that Bradley probably can't get drunk.
yeah,
I think Spartans can. It's just hard.
hard because advanced metabolism.
Like to get a Spartan properly drunk, you'd need to straight up just have him drink
What is it?
straight up just
Shoe
drink hand
polish.
sanitizer.
That's a different kind of alcohol. And
Yeah,
that's
but
isopropanol, not ethanol.
yeah, but like I said, I feel like anything less just wouldn't work.
No, it's just straight Everclear, man.
Pure
Whole bottle of it.
100% pure ethanol, like zero
Yeah.
water. It's
Yeah.
pure ethanol.
Okay, Lady McQueen.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. This is what? This is laundry detergent. Really?
Bradley is a Tide Pod child.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
He would be.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
But so anyways, how's our How's our following morning?
It's it's very uneventful at first. You just
Yep.
kind of wake up, um, you eat some food, um, and
Gosh, know it.
uh, later in the later in the morning, Celia finds you. Oh, there you all are.
You are looking for us?
Got some got something to take care of while we're here at the rest. I hear you all spent some time over at Styles' show yesterday.
Oh, is that what he was called? I didn't hear his
Yeah.
introductions.
Oh. Yes, we didn't appear early enough for that.
Was all? Yes, we did. Why?
Some of the sailors like to go. I didn't. I was just checking to see if the rumors were true.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't.
Something about you and Emiria singing a duet.
I'm.
Yeah, they
That
did.
sounds vaguely. That does sound like something I did sober.
Oh, you definitely did it one night. You must have
That sounds
been.
because
You were.
she's genuinely coming down to the fact that she's like yes, I did that sober. Why did I do that sober? Like
It probably came up like if inevitably I was asked to be like, no way. I would rather take on an entire squad of hunters with nothing but a knife.
yeah, she's like yes, I did that sober. I apparently did that sober. Why the hell did I do that sober?
You look cute while doing it.
Anyways,
That's why.
But yes,
anyways,
it's like
it sounds like that hunt for Griswold is going to take us across a lot of different spheres. That cloak of yours has been working so far, Nilo, but we should get you all some proper glamours.
nice
Ooh.
proper. And those are
A glamour is a variety of illusion used to used to disguise one's appearance. The specific glamours I have in mind will automatically adapt like that cloak of yours, but these will be harder to see through.
ah,
Huh.
I see. Wouldn't it become
Sounds like
problematic
a very.
to those who would know that there is magic in the area?
What do you mean?
Or isn't it problematic for some? I thought it would be problematic if someone who could detect that someone was not what they seemed.
Could be, but the cloak would be detected the same.
She just kind of is kind of twiddling her thumbs a bit, not wanting to bring up the fact that she forgot it for like the last 3 missions.
Celia looks over at her. Also, you don't have to remember it. It's a passive effect.
Quiet uh, uh, shrinks a little.
Um, but Celia takes you to a shop. It also appears to be it appears to be near the docks. She walks in along with you, and you see another LD. This one
Oh
is
God.
this one is
I was
in
never ready for this one.
a white coat, right?
I believe so. Let me pull his flashy ass right back up.
I literally told you to
Yes.
get ready for him, so.
Yeah. Yes. A white coat with some grayish purple trim.
Mhm.
What the hell is that color?
Periwinkle?
Maybe. I genuinely, like I said, I was half drunk when I made these guys.
Anyways, yeah. She walks in. Fitterman.
Very. Yeah.
His back is turned to you currently, by the way.
Yeah. Just like, is captain to you, regardless of what my current occupation is? Miss Celia. Yeah. How's my how's my less how's my less stylish younger brother been performing lately?
It's complicated. Skirbo will have to tell you himself. He's been trying to organize a meeting.
Thought I heard something in the grapevine about that. Must be something serious then. Well, you're not. Well, I expect none of you are here for idle chit chat. None. You're here to get all glammed up, as the youngins say.
These four.
By the way, it's worth pointing out. His. Okay, you thought Skirvo had a bit of a showmanship, and then you met Styles and thought, okay, he makes Skirvo look conservative. Fitterman is somehow making Styles look conservative.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
He is extraordinarily stylish.
our
Back to model, basically.
sounds like our
Yeah.
future missions are going to take us across a lot of different spheres, some of which don't even have humans. These five, she gestures at the main five, the main party plus Legion, need need your highest quality glamours.
And and just who would be putting up the tab for such a thing? Yeah.
Uh,
I don't suspect these lot would be. Then a lot of them still look green around the gills.
Captain's orders.
So, oh, so Skirvo's gonna be the one paying for it. Well, I suppose I could part with them on a sibling discount. Let us see. Let's see here. You're, now, we're going to need some measurements. So, and he actually he's like looking over everyone with one of those with tape measure, like one of those actual floppy tape measures.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and we lost. He looks Legion up and down. Perhaps might even need to rush a custom order. as he clearly for a second tries to figure out how the hell he measures what Legion's head looks like. And we'll need an extra large for you. It's yeah.
I don't care.
So
I'm probably like the same size like a Goliath,
yeah,
but that's only helpful on worlds like Faerun.
yeah. But how often do you expect a Goliath to want to hide themselves? How many rogue Goliaths are you gonna find?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Not
have an
many.
idea for
So,
a
anyways,
character
Hannah,
now.
my next character's a rogue Goliath. uh,
Rogue
It's
Goliath.
possible.
yeah, he's yeah. So let's
No. You gotta play a rogue ogre so you're large size.
I want to point out this guy would be astonishingly charismatic if it wasn't for the fact that you can't get if it wasn't for the fact that every one of us is still trying to grapple with the fact that this guy is somehow related to Skirvo. It's kind of like if you met like a it's like if you met a it's like if you met a perfectly normal person and then they turned out to be related to, and then they turned out to be like the nephew of Patrick Stewart or something. You're just like, what? Like,
Good old Captain Rust Bucket and and the fashion
yeah,
model are related. What?
yeah, exactly. So it's just like, yeah, so he's going to get some stuff ready while also arranging some of his equally fashionable crew members. Admittedly, it took you all a second to realize they were even there. You thought they were mannequins. uh, and yeah, get us all outfitted with measurements and stuff. And of course the glamours themselves once they get produced proper.
Yeah, they're basically just illusion spells that get cast on each of you.
Yeah.
Essentially, how they work is they work like the cloak, where you just look like a native of that sphere, but you
Yeah.
don't need to wear the cloak, and they're a lot harder to see through.
Yeah.
Like you have to really focus on them.
Yeah. Uh, kind of ruins the thing I'm going to need to post, but oh well. It's fine. It's fine. It was dumb art anyway.
Looks.
I'm still posting it regardless.
Oh, you'll be allowed to. You can also like intentionally stop it. Stop the
Ah,
glamour.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
but
So
you
they're gonna.
see. But yeah,
So I
after.
imagine they are activated partially not only through a spell but also through some sort of accessory we can all wear
Mhm.
that is also magically done to seamlessly match with whatever we're wearing
Yep.
so unbelievably naturally.
Yep. Like for like one of you, it could be like an earring. For another one, it could be like a scarf or a necklace or
Yeah.
a bracelet or whatever.
Yeah.
Just some sort of like little accessory that is
Another
technically the thing that
another
is doing it.
Yep. Another dress-worthy sash that I just kind of tie to the outside of my suit.
Mhm. But yeah, Celia looks over each of you. Good work, Fitterman. Captain
You ex-
Fitterman, sorry.
But you did. First you insult my rank, then you come and insinuate I'd do anything less than perfection.
That
My
wasn't
Skirvo's
my that
Skirvo's
wasn't
lot
my
has been
intent.
getting awfully cheeky lately. He says while looking over his non-existent nails.
My intention was a compliment because you are incredible at what you do.
But of, but of course I am. Celia slowly dawning on her that Skirvo doesn't talk to Fitterman all that much. He should just because Lord knows the hollow for the what was it the Cerulean Scimitar. Yep, the Cerulean Scimitar 100% looks like a fae. So it's unnaturally beautiful. He's just like, but he's just like, you need to learn. You need to learn to smile more. It doesn't suit frowning like this doesn't suit your features very well. It'll make the wrinkles worse.
Celia
Friendly advice.
genuinely, like, for a split second, you see Celia's face, like, turn to, like, an actual glare before she regains her composure. Like, honestly, that is... Honestly, I really don't like out of character that Fitterman said that. Like,
Yeah.
telling a pretty girl to smile more is not a thing you should do.
Yeah.
Right to the throat.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing. Fitterman's kind of an ass. You listen. He's all about fashion. People. That's someone else's job.
Clearly.
Yeah, Celia
Exactly.
leads you all out.
Yeah. I don't think. I don't think. I don't think I like that one. Is what Nilo says when they're out of earshot.
He certainly
Fitterman
has a way about himself.
Fitterman likes to speak his mind, even if what that is shouldn't be spoken.
She's just like, yeah. I told you I was never going to be ready for Fitterman.
Yeah, I did not know that he was a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like he means well, but like I said, he's he's kind of an ass about it. He's out of all the LDs, he's probably the only one who can actually deal with Fae because, he can match their energy. Yeah. So he's just like, and then she's just like, also, were those his crewmen? I thought they were mannequins.
Fitterman's crew is tends to be just as stylish as he is. Also most of them are just as much of a jerk.
I think the word you're looking for is pompous?
Space Ranger. No.
Pompous.
The word I'm looking
Like-
for, I
like-
can't say because there are
Like, if it
toys
wasn't for the fact
around.
that, like, the funny thing about Fitterman is that when he mentioned his less stylish brother, if it wasn't for the fact that he was talking to someone who worked directly for one of them, you genuinely wouldn't be able to tell who the hell he was talking about. Because his less stylish brother is all of them.
Pompous, arrogant, and
He's admittedly. He also seemed to. Legion's just gonna. Observation. Observation. Captain Fitterman Also appeared. Also appeared combat ready at any given moment.
that's accurate. The scimitar is not the most heavily armed ship, but one of the best battleships of the 15.
And here I thought he would have been style over substance.
No, Fitterman
Unfortunately not.
Fitterman can fight as well. You can definitely hear a bit of resentment in her voice.
Yeah, because that's kind of that like admittedly that's one of the things I was like no, I'm kind of gonna like how I do this because he's a POS, but he's not useless. Like he like pretty much anything he seems to talk up, he can back up.
Yeah.
A member of the Mean Girls.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so he's just like so it's like just like have you ever gotten Have you ever gotten Skirvo's opinion on on his brothers?
Out of character, has Celia gotten his opinion?
Not all of them. Fetterman might not have been one of them.
Some of them. Not Fetterman.
Huh.
He holds a lot of respect for Skipper. He and Dreadfuse are practically twin brothers.
Yeah. I've heard him speak of Larry a couple times. What's he like?
Out of character, what is Larry like?
Let me double check. I know I wrote him. I just said the guy who brought it up. It's just
Said the guy who brought it up doesn't even know how to. Freaking Joey.
I
And
know
his...
he's going to be easier to find. He was recent. He was recent writing.
What about Larry? I don't know. What about Larry?
Military.
You know that? You mentioned
yeah.
it,
He
I
was
don't know.
very militaristic and respectable. Very militaristic and respectable. He seemed to be the most traditional out of the rest of them, but didn't ever let that tradition get in the way of innovation.
Larry is the most
Old-fashioned, I suppose.
old-fashioned. All of the captains still use styles and technology from their original home, but Larry is extra preferential towards it.
He still uses a lot of newer tech. It's just that the way he runs his ship is more like a military ship than a pirate ship.
He also acts more like a military commander than a pirate.
Yeah. If there's anyone who still runs things the old way, yeah, it's Davis. It's Davis. It's definitely Davis who probably uses outdated everything. Wondered if have you met all of them?
Most of them not. Most of them I've been in the same room with all of them, but I haven't actually spoken to a few.
Really?
Out of care. Just a sec.
Sure.
Well,
a couple of them I'm definitely gonna have to make it up as I go.
Well, Gearman spends most of his time in his observatory. And Jack is rarely even here.
What do you know about Jack?
He's the spy master.
That would certainly explain it. Although she does kind of look spy master. That's a real title.
Yes.
But that's a bit on the head, no?
I would have thought they'd have gone with Chief Espionage Officer.
I think that's
Senior intelligence analyst.
I think something like that is his official title. Spy master works better though. Quicker, more efficient.
Fair enough.
Anyways, did you actually hear about what you said you knew about the meeting they're trying to put together? What do you know? It almost sounds like we were supposed to keep it a bit hush hush?
Bits and pieces. Quilrith told you all something important. I didn't hear all the details. From what I understand, though, something to do with where the captains came from.
That we definitely learned.
Mm-hmm.
Celia's tone implies that she wasn't really told all the details and she doesn't really care. Like,
Yeah.
it's like a thing of like, yeah, she's interested, but she's not. She doesn't want you to tell her because she knows that you were ordered not to.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Nilo's not interested in being strung up under the boat. Yeah. Do you have any idea how much longer we're going to be here?
She looks up as you see a slimmer black ship start. I'm gonna just say that ship is probably black. This is Jack's ship. I'm assuming it would
Yeah.
be black.
Yeah.
You see,
At the very least, it definitely is a stream of darker colors.
yeah.
Anything that would make
Mhm.
it pretty much
Yeah,
unnoticeable.
you see a slimmer, sleeker black ship starting to dock. Well, given that Jack just arrived, probably not very long.
That's Nilo's actually gonna kind of do some math in her head, like how long would the like even if they had to do it individually, how long would the updates take?
Hmm.
And which ultimately would still be under an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, I think you're right. What's that green? What's that green ship sitting next to the Duchess?
Which one is it?
That one's the Jade Commander.
That's Trenchbolt ship, right?
No, Larry's.
Larry's ship. The Jade
Yeah,
Commander. Larry's ship.
she's actually gonna look and see that the two hollows are actually talking to each other.
Hmm.
Yeah, just like, oh, they're talking.
The ships know each other too.
I guess that's. I guess it shouldn't be surprising. It's just
Makes sense.
didn't even think about it.
I wonder what their relationships are with each other.
Definitely sisters. Yeah.
Sisters. Some get along better than others.
Hey. Like, are we heading to the? Where are we heading right
You
now?
are heading towards like the big central like tower that rises in Siren's
All right.
Rest. It seems
Yeah.
that and Celia mentioned something about how um, you were also supposed to be there at the big meeting.
Ah. Well, I suppose we shouldn't. Well, I suppose we shouldn't be any more hold up than. Well, I suppose we shouldn't hold anyone up.
Is this your first time in the in? Is this your first time in the command tower?
Yes, I believe it is.
Yes.
The
Yes,
view is
we've.
the view is incredible.
I would certainly hope so at that height.
Hmm. Yeah, you all climb into a glass elevator that starts going up.
Walk, walking past what appears to be a decommissioned vessel and its captain,
Hmm.
seemingly froze in a stance.
Hmm.
I wrote his name
Celia,
forever ago, but I've forgotten the name
I
off of it.
remember what it is.
Yeah.
Celia just kind of kind of salutes the decommissioned captain as she walks past.
Yeah. Milo is actually, like, she notices that, but then she also sees a bunch of names on the wall.
Hmm.
I think that would be a perception to see if she notices one that appears to have been scratched off.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, that is my +7. Dirty
Hey.
20.
Yeah. She notices.
Why is that one scratched off?
That's the wall of all of the other brothers. But Skirbo was presumed dead, but he isn't.
The more I learn about... I'm not going to lie, the more I learn about our captain, the more terrified I become.
That is not a bad. That is not an inaccurate assessment.
He's
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, a healthy fear of this guy, because, like, seriously, out of game, that's an honest to God feeling. The more I learn about him, the more terrified I become. And I'm the bastard who wrote him.
Yeah, you all climb into a glass elevator, and Celia presses a button, and the elevator starts to go up.
Yeah.
Elevator
So
monologue time.
I feel like I might have
How
asked before,
fast
but
is this
we ever...
elevator?
It's very fast, and
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm like,
but you're also going very high up.
yeah.
so I'm just like,
I
this
listen.
reminds me of many a space elevator ride.
Yeah. I just have to say, I literally cannot help myself. It's programmed into my character's DNA. I feel like I asked before, but how did you become involved in all this, Celia?
I was.
Tell me about your
I'm trying to figure out exactly how to word it, because this is actually relevant information. Like this isn't totally irrelevant information. I'm just trying to figure out how to
Yeah.
word it.
I just also had to bring it up in the most Mass Effect 1 way possible.
Yeah. I was living in some nameless sphere that the Duchess was passing through, and I decided to join them. Their talk of the Astral Sea just felt so familiar, and I haven't really looked back since. I think my sphere has a name now, but I don't know what it is.
Hmm. It yeah, Nilo's not quite sure how to respond to that because on one hand she can't believe the idea of just leaving everything behind like that, but on the other hand she's not sure she recognizes what she came back to initially.
Hmm.
So she's just a little more conflict on Nilo's part.
Hmm.
If anyone else wants to add, they can.
Take that as a no, I guess. Um, yeah, the elevator dings when you reach the top, and Celia leads you through like a kind of a donut
I
shaped
can't
room.
I can't
Um,
help but imagine it was like the most classical elevator bell you've ever heard in your life.
mhm.
ding.
Yeah, like it sounded like an actual bell in almost complete contrast to the elevator's function itself.
Yeah, and
It's just
Celia leads
clashes
you
of
around.
technology.
Celia leads you around like a donut-shaped room with glass walls, so you can look out at basically the entirety of Siren's Rest.
Yeah. Who
Uh,
else? Yeah. What did the B team also have to get invited to this, or?
uh, yes, actually, the B team will be there, but you're not in like in the actual
Okay.
like war room yet.
Okay, so they're already there.
Yeah,
Got it.
To it.
yeah. You get led around the room. You see a lot of stuff you can't really see from the ground level of Siren. Ow! I stubbed my toe.
Ow.
Um, you see a lot of stuff from that you can't really see from the ground level of Siren's Rest. Like you see like what looks almost like nebulae just all throughout the astral sea around Siren's Rest. You see
Yeah.
enormous asteroids made of different materials. Um, you see what looks like a gigantic diamond. Like a diamond the size of a house.
It's just like sometimes I can't tell if I'm living, if I'm actually seeing things, or if I'm just deluding a storybook.
Without even looking over, Celia just says, "That's not actually a diamond, by the way. It's a rare breed of asteroid spider that one of the captains brought here for defense."
Uh-huh.
Do I even want to know which one did it?
But yeah, you also see like derelict holes and pieces of other ships. Um, you see dead red dragons. Um,
Yeah.
Including some very large dead dragons, I should say. Like
Yeah.
all the dead dragons are red, by the way.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Is there a reason all of those are red?
She looks out at the dragons you're indicating. Blacketh doesn't much care for the captains at all, and some of her higher ranked soldiers ride red dragons into battle.
I'm trying to remember who's Vlacus.
Uh,
Queen of
the
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 queen
the
Yankee,
of
yeah, the queen of the
the
the Lich
Githyanki.
Queen.
Ah, okay.
All the red dragons are gonna be the dragons that Tiamat gave to Vlakith for the Kithraki.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. All right.
also the person
Complete
that
piece of
passed
also
it down from
complete
the
piece of crap. Like she is just flat out evil. So yeah.
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 Yeah, I mean, she is called the Lich Queen.
Hmm.
Ah.
But
Yes.
yeah, she eventually,
So
but yeah, eventually Celia leads you around to a grand set of double doors that she opens and leads you inside, and you find yourself in a room with a broad circular table and 15 chairs around it, um, most of which are occupied by various different Elise. Um,
uh, resort to the please regard the artwork channel for further details.
um, and yeah, you see some that you haven't seen before. Like one is wearing a hood. Um,
Yeah.
and you also see other people in there, like the B team, and you see various other crew members of the other ships. Presumably like quartermasters like Celia. Um,
Yeah. One of one standing behind the one with a red coat is who we haven't met yet. The one standing behind him's just this absolutely terrifying looking gif. Like he pretty much makes what's the one on our ship's name? I forget his name.
Lars.
Yeah, Lars. He kind of makes Lars look like a kid.
I mean, yeah. Um,
Absolute monster of a thing.
yeah. You also see some others that you haven't met before. You see, I mean, some others you've met before. Taker is there, but also some others you
Yeah.
haven't met before. Like you see, for example, um, you see an angel that has that you see an angel standing there. You don't know who she is, but there's straight up an angel there for some reason.
Yeah.
Mash.
And I should mention the angel doesn't look like perfectly angelic. Like
Yeah.
one of her hands is twisted into a claw, and
It
Yes.
is who I was suspecting it
yeah,
might be.
yeah, it is.
It's
The
Zariel,
Broken
isn't it?
Angel.
It is Ariel, yes.
Wait, does that mean there's an equally massive Loxodon
No,
in the room?
Voldrav is not here.
Okay.
So
Match.
old characters, I take it.
What?
Old characters, I take it.
Just
Voldrab, yes. Zariel, no. Zariel used to be a...
Zariel is Doomslayer basically.
Okay.
She's an angel who
Zariel
was
is angel.
she is an angel who was once a fallen angel, and was once the Archduchess of Avernus.
Okay.
Oh.
And then we did DIA, and then I succeeded on a persuasion check and redeemed her.
Hmm.
That is badass.
Yeah. And like
Well done.
she also isn't like a normal angel, by the way. She's like a
Yeah.
warrior angel that doesn't really fit in with the other angels because
Yeah.
they're kind of pompous jerks, and she's a hot-headed spitfire.
Yeah. I'm curious. Curious how many is left to come in.
There are 3 LDs currently missing.
Ah.
And as you wait, and and various characters are just like talking amongst themselves, you eventually see those three last LDs trickle their way in. I'll say Fitterman is actually the last one to arrive.
Fashionably late, as always.
But yeah, you watch as Skirvo kind of
Yeah.
stands up after all the LDs get in their seats. Skirvo stands up and go ahead, Joey.
All right. Welcome, brothers. I'm sh- I'm sure there's many questions running through your mind, but I will first establish the primary reason of your return. The we've you you see, recent events have enlightened us as to our deepest, darkest secret. The one that many in this room have not been made aware. Soon this secret will now be made irrelevant. You see Brutus, who we've met before, just kind of stands up. He's like, it's like, preposterous, Skirvo. You're you expect me to believe that overnight you just happened to find something that would solve our little predicament. And then he kind of shrinks down when he notices that Skipper is glaring at him. It's just like, now then, I'm sure many of you have been wondering many of you may be wondering what could have possibly been such secret. And why would I? And you actually see another one object. He's just, let's see, it would probably be That'd probably be Renshaw. The big one stands up. He's just like, your brother, there are many secrets we keep, but if you're about to spill what I say you're about to spill, I'd like to hear more authority than just your words. And that's when Skipper stands up. Brothers, it is time to reveal the. It is time that we revealed the fact that we had been fooled for long. Perhaps the reasons were just. We will come to a consensus on such things at a later date. For now, we lift the veil on one of the oldest secrets of our brotherhood. The secret that none of us remember a thing about our home. I'm sure it's safe to imagine there's quite a few there's quite a few of the non-LDs are showing like signs of really.
Yeah. Also, a lot of murmuring.
Yeah, probably one of them's definitely Ticker because there's no way he heard of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just like. Yeah, because even though he was in Skirbo's head, he somehow still didn't know about this.
Yeah. It was like literally, deliberately, magically warded. Like
Yeah,
he couldn't have
yeah,
found out about it.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Anyways, he just goes. It's like. A mini trench bolt. No, trench bolt. So one of them, one we haven't met yet. The where is he? There he is. One with a checkered furred coat with some various colors, as well as another bicorn stands up. His bicorn is sideways facing, not forward back like Styles's was. So he stands up, and he puts forward a clearly something he's been working on for an absurdly long time. It appears to be a map of the Astral Sea, but there's just so many points that are clearly marked off.
mm-hmm.
Just my brothers, our mission has been the mission of mine and my crew has been to uncover anything about our origins, whilst also finding the remains of our fallen. If you're and from the sounds of it, you're getting dangerously close to putting me out of the job. Yeah. Yes. With this, Skirvo produces the medallion,
Mm-hmm.
the thing that Quilrith had.
Yeah. It's Quilris Royal Seal.
Yeah. You see many of them just clearly calculate and even mutter to each other. It's like, that's Quilrith's seal, isn't it?
None of the rest of them would know what it is.
They wouldn't?
No.
Oh, okay. I just thought they'd at least recognize the symbol
No. That's
as
kind
like
of
something that.
that's kind of part of it is they don't know the symbol because
Oh, okay.
like they know who Quilrith is, but they don't know.
Yeah.
They definitely don't know that he was the king.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, Skirvo is just Trenchbolt, Captain Trenchbolt, if you may step forward. Through much deliberation, Skipper and I agreed you should be the first one to receive this. We had received this from Quilrith. Quilrith, who, as many of you are aware, is currently in critical condition. The situation involving the shifting of souls in the Astral Sea is far more dire than we could have possibly imagined. What is the method that Quilrith would have shown to use the medallion?
Pretty much the LD just holds it, and it
Yeah.
activates.
Yeah. They just. So he hands it to. He hands it to Trenchbolt.
Yeah, you see it. You see it kind of spin and
Yeah.
glow a little bit, and then Trenchbolt gets all the previous Zarian memories back.
He gets locked up for a minute, and then he just. I see. What did you see? What did you see? The one sitting next to him, it doesn't matter who the hell it is. He's like, "What did you see?" And he just hands it to the one who asked, and then the same thing.
Yep.
And it just turns into kind of a weird yet almost terrifying game of hot potato as these guys are handing off this medallion. And the room's tone goes from "Why are we all here? This better be important" to "I see." Yeah. So obviously Fitterman somehow manages to make this look elegant. The bastard. It's
Gotta be fabulous.
absolutely. Even the chirping of his gears was somehow sing-song. What the hell?
How do you do that?
Yeah. So his so they begin handing it off, and they're just. And it's clear that there's still a lot to process. They're just like, all right, now to prevent this from turning into a full-fledged discussion, because I don't think a big-ass discussion between these guys needs to actually be seen on screen. They the conversation quickly turns into there are many. It's like, as you can see, there are many troubling points, many of which we will address at another time. The most important being that our former Majesty's daughter is now the gravest risk to all things. I understand more than any of you what I'm asking. And I know all of you fear the words I'm about to speak. It's kind of clear that Skirvo is really uncomfortable with the words he's about to say. We all need to prepare for war. Once again, the expressions on all of them seem to harden. They're just the tension becomes so thick you could practically cut it with a knife. And it's just so all of you who've been lollygagging on finding contacts suitable for large-scale combat, you now know that this requires urgency. Of course, Captain Trenchbolt, your mission has not fully changed. but now you have a sense of urgency. What was it again? It was in the chat. It was in the shared notes. Where is it? Because I remember, if I remember correctly, we were Quilrith still doesn't know exactly where it is.
Oh no, Quilrith knows exactly where it is.
Oh, he does?
I don't think I ever made it really clear, but Zarian is outside of the Astral Sea.
Okay.
It is currently sealed within the Astral Wastes.
All
Um,
right.
and so yeah.
All right. All right. So, very well
Was
then.
that?
Then that slightly changes what I'm about to say, but it'll still work. Trenchbolt, I need you to find. We need to find a method to get to Zarin. Precise. How we can get there and through what methods. And as now this goes without saying, the larger, more troubling points do not leave this room. We will. I'm trying to think if there's anything else hyper important they need to do, but yeah, just just thanks. Yeah, so yeah, so it's just yeah, so Skirbo's just yeah, so goodness, I actually don't know how to do this properly, but the yeah, there's a few other points where it's mostly just making sure everyone's heads are on straight for what needs to be done next
Hmm.
before it's there were a few concerns addressed between a few minor concerns addressed, and then before final before the before Skipper finally calls the meeting adjourned.
Hmm.
Yeah. Ugh.
But yeah, you all filter out and
Yeah.
get back to the ship. As you are headed off to Faerun next.
Yep.
I think I actually am gonna do a little more with a little more, like a little bit of the start of this journey in a little bit of the start of this chunk in Faerun.
That's
But
all
I'll
right.
say that like between that you get like you would have had time to like shop in Siren's Rest, so
Yeah.
you can do that between sessions.
Yeah. I'm not as worried about that as I am about trying to reconstruct my artificer almost completely.
Oh yeah, you get a few
Yeah.
rests on your way to Faerun and everything. Anyways, you get to Faerun.
Okay.
Um, and as the ship starts to lower towards the water, you see Ticker press a button, and you hear what sounds like the grinding of gears and a from the rear starboard side of the ship.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Uh, what would that be for Nilo to try to figure out what that was?
That would be a technology check.
Alrighty then.
I'm assuming like figure out what it was by looking at like the consoles and stuff.
Looking at the consoles and also the sound and where it originated from.
Hmm. One of
Jeez,
the
Nilo is rolling fantastic on this ship.
one of the maneuvering fins isn't folding back.
That do we have a do we have a manual override?
I'll try it, but it looks like some of the internal mechanisms are shot. I think we'll have to anchor in the sky this time. It'll take me time to get it.
Hypothetically, how bad would a fin in the water be? other than just having like a side rudder?
The fins would get torn up,
And if
and
they don't, it would put us in a perpetual motion of going starboard.
Only if we're moving.
She's going to gesture to the fact that we're in the middle of the effing ocean, and it's just like, we're going to need to do that.
What I was saying, we stay still long enough to at least temporarily get it yanked in, and then we resume course.
I'm not fully familiar with everything to do with the ocean, but if I'm not mistaken, something current would also be an issue.
yeah, trust me, the ship is not seaworthy with that fin stuck out.
Fair enough. There's some way of hand cranking it in.
Like I said, the internal mechanisms are shot. The gears themselves that the gears themselves that drive it. There's teeth broken. It'll take me time to fix it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
In the meantime, is there a way to like
So,
disconnect its drive shaft and go push it into its storage slot from the outside by rappelling down the side of the hull?
Out of character, no, there isn't. The Duchess is temporarily not seaworthy.
Okay.
yeah.
As you're
Yeah.
as you're discussing this,
I imagine Ticker does mutter something about how Skirvo's definitely going to be on his ass about preventative maintenance after this.
yeah, um, yeah,
Oh.
specifically in Thrycreen.
Yep.
But Nilo understands it.
Yeah, she's just like that I believe.
But yeah, you the ship kind of flies over towards the coast a little more, but not super far, and you see a little bronze and red dragon fly up and perch near. Well, not a little bronze and red dragon, pretty big, like the size of a
Yeah,
small
one of the
horse.
kiddos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flies up and perches on the edge of the ship. Hi there.
I
Ahoy.
just give him a nod.
Yeah.
My dad
Uh,
said I could. My dad said I could come out and greet you.
I forgot dragons can talk.
By the way, if you want to roll an insight check on that,
I am
you can.
100% rolling an insight on the kid.
You know what? Why not?
Trying to remember which one this one
Insight
is.
plus 6.
26.
That's a success.
Not as good. 16.
That's still a success.
All right.
Was it 10?
10 is not a success. 18 is a success. Forge is not a particularly good liar, but Emeria does.
Yeah.
Emeria isn't sure if he's telling the truth. The rest of you, his dad did not give him permission to come greet you.
Yeah, I'm just like,
So how angry is
sure.
Nilo's just going to
Now,
be blunt. So how angry is he going to be?
well, I just sort of look at Neil and be like, so how do we deal with this without getting incinerated by a giant dragon?
Forge
Did
like
you ever
kind of
consider the consequences?
Forge like kind of taps together two of his claws. He won't be that angry. It's not like I flew. It's not like I flew off to fight something or anything. Just flew off to say hello.
Insight on that. Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
Well,
Can I just point out this crew is such a horrifying influence that we're now talking down to a dragon teenager like he's less like he's a magnificent beast capable of fireballing us all, but we're all just kind of talking to him like he's just some kid who we're trying to keep out of trouble.
there's that human guy that you were training last time. You were here in Faerun, and I was wondering if I could help you train him. I can be quite an effective assistant to training, especially someone you're trying to train to fight monsters.
Spartan would look between the others and be like, "There's no way we would ever get out of this alive if we allow this." Like, no. Also, out of
We need
character,
your father's permission first.
I'm not
You-
sure who would be scarier. Shahar,
Yeah.
who's a pure-blooded red dragon, or Cerberus, and I'm leaning towards Shahar. Cerberus, he could be scary and all, 5 heads and everything.
Admittedly, neither of our characters know either of them very well, so I bet
Yeah,
both
yeah.
of us would just tactical assessment wise, just assume Cerberus is the more dangerous one.
Solely because 5-headed dragon!
Mhm.
Yep, 5-headed dragon. We don't know what that means, but clearly that means something.
And the heads are all completely different.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so it's like just I'm going to need to see a permission slip for something like that. And she Nilo's totally doing like that give it over hand motion. Like, let me see your
I proceed to
papers.
assume scary muscle that is assisting. I stand behind you with my arms crossed.
He hands you like a little stone slab that has some writing on it. It is very clearly written by him because it is very poor handwriting and some of it is misspelled.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know. I think I'll have to check this up with the. I don't know. I think I'll have to. I don't know. Maybe the captain has a line we could call to confirm this.
I look at Neil and be like, "Are you trying to get us all incinerated?"
Either that or it's like it's like, okay, one dragon versus two bigger angry dragons. That sounds like, which one sound Nilo's thinking to herself, which one sounds more dangerous to you?
You hear a voice call out something in a very hard language that you don't understand, and Forge immediately looks like gets a look on his face like, oh no, I'm caught.
Yeah.
I'll proceed to face palm, even though I'm wearing my helmet, and then I'll just make a go as I point off in the direction the sound came from. Your parents are calling for you, aren't they?
You see a 5-headed dragon fly up next to the ship.
Nope. Would do.
You see Forge turn around and say something in Draconic. It's basically in Draconic. Oh hey, hi Dad.
Skirbo's likely comes out at this point just to see what all the damn ruckus is about. Why?
So yeah, what
doesn't say
what is
anything, but he's
Cerberus
just out.
how is Cerberus
Which
responding?
head would this be?
Yeah.
We'll go with the main one, the main red one.
Okay.
Like staring straight at. Just where do you think you're going?
I saw the Duchess flying in, and I thought I would go say hello.
So you see the with the bronze head immediately turn towards the party, like the main party, just looking at them langers. And then in common,
Yeah.
what do you have to say for yourself?
Is it true this permission slip was written by you? I hand the slab to Cerberus.
You see all 5 headsets converge on Forge. Like, so we're not only leaving without permission, we're now adding forgery and lying.
You see Forge kind of turn his head away and just tap his claws together. Like Forge is genuinely well-meaning, but like he's just kind of an
Yeah.
idiot.
Yeah. Because I imagine that all of this isn't to be mean. It's the fact that he's just at this point he's young enough that a decent adventuring party could take him out,
hmm
and they don't want to, and they're clearly a caring family. They don't want to see their kids get smoked.
hmm
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
out of character, real quick. I need
Yep.
to look something up. I forgot to look
Uh,
this up before. I should have.
Yeah.
Uh, what am I supposed to do? Where is it? I don't know.
You're looking for the file that had the
There it
kids that I
is.
had to scroll up and
Yeah,
find them.
the file that has I need the information on the kids.
I can repost the link because I just opened that file. Because I scrolled all the way up and found it already.
Well, I mean, that Starfang helped me think of what to write on it. But it was my idea.
He proceeds to facepalm into one of his heads. And then in comment, just Scarvo, you're being a bad influence.
From what I'm
you
gathering, I'm
crazy
not.
old pirate, you would be
Skirvo
proud of them for
responds.
this.
Skirvo responds also in Draconic. To my knowledge, I'm not attempting to be any kind of influence.
And I'm like, And then he just waves a hand dismissively.
Yeah. He's just like. I kind of love that he tries to push the blame on someone, and Skirvo is just like, "Don't look at me. I ain't done shit."
Obvious solution: blame the pirate. Pirate, like, hey, it wasn't me this time. And like,
Listen, I'm to blame for a lot. This ain't one of them, Chief.
he's like, you're gonna go right home, and you're gonna be the one to explain this to your mother. Every last detail,
Okay.
grounded for a month.
Oh, okay.
And he's with one hand, get.
Yeah, Forge just kind of shamefully flies off
Yeah.
behind Cerberus.
Yeah. It's just like. Skirvo just kind of. And Skirvo's just like. Did I ever. Did I. Skirvo looks over to Clara.
hmm
He's just like, Did I ever teach you Draconic?
Bits and pieces.
No, I
Actually,
don't
no.
think you have.
This would be Spencer. Never mind.
Yes. No, I don't think you have. But I have picked up on a few bits.
Well, if there was any amount of that you understood, I expect you understand. I want no lip like that coming out of your mouth.
Whatever.
Like it was clearly like a friendly like a friendly jab, but also a no, seriously. No, seriously, I don't want to have to deal with something like that.
One of Cerberus's last heads as he's turning around to fly off. Leans back and is like, fun seeing you around here. I hope whatever it is Broken, you get fixed soon because you don't usually park way up here. But I have
No.
important business to attend to, which I assume you do as well, you busy old rust bucket.
Carry on, Cerberus. And
What'd you say?
carry on, Cerberus.
You did. I saw.
Yeah, and he's just, and then Skirvo actually does like, and I can't help but imagine this like the most needlessly dramatic way possible. Like I'm talking like I'm talking like I can't remember the term, but like a dramatic, like an overly dramatic camera angle. Skirvo practically covered in shadow as he just turns to Ticker. He's like, "Yes, I do have something I need to deal with." Meanwhile, Ticker's having those IT department sweats.
No, Ticker is just like he just like waves a hand. Yeah, I'm already working on it.
I know.
He's like clearly gathering tools as this
Yeah,
conversation is going on.
yeah, yeah. Doesn't seem to stop him as he follows him and proceeds to, exactly as Ticker feared, ride on him about the importance of preventative maintenance.
All the preventative maintenance in the world doesn't stop you, doesn't help when you get randomly teleported by some sort of strange eldritch creature, and the entire ship's systems get thrown out of whack.
we had a we we've had se- he counts the exact amount of hours we've had in terms of like what Ticker's work schedule is.
Hmm.
That he's like of hours that you've had that you could have spent running through everything with a fine-tooth comb.
Ticker pulls out pulls up like a list on like a thing, and you see that like a third of it is checked off. This is my list of things to repair from when we got teleported by that thing. This is page 1 of 5.
I told
Hearing
you
that,
to
Spartan just
I told
jumps.
you to
He's like,
hire extra help.
I did.
But how many more men do you need?
he's the dwarves from Jazeera.
Ticker is just gonna
And I
keep
imagine at this
working.
point the conversation's just trailing off as they go below deck.
Yeah. Yep.
like it's clearly one of those, both of them are saying the exact correct things, but it's clearly going nowhere. Like neither of them are wrong, and that's actually the problem.
I mean, Skirbo is kind of wrong because this is definitely Ticker's at kind of a point where if he did get more men, it would kind of be a too many cooks in the kitchen situation.
I wasn't getting that because most of it just made it sound like it was just Ticker doing anything.
No,
but
it's
I'll
not.
I'll take your word on it.
It's not just Ticker working on things. I just only
Okay.
mentioned Ticker because he's the
Okay.
only major character of them.
Named NPC versus generic mook.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we do keep forgetting to mention the mooks.
Mhm.
The other thing is, probably in all reality, this ship needs a good dry docking.
Oh no, it does. Unfortunately, we don't got time anymore.
Mhm.
Let's be honest, when
Okay.
has Skirbo ever had that kind of time?
Oh, a lot of times. Being dead for one.
Or
I don't
even
count
just,
Had all
or
those
even
years
like
to
just
think about the
before,
situation.
or even like just before the campaign. Like he was just an explorer then.
Yep.
Now it's
Anyways.
you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and end the session off there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Bye.
Bye.